Hello, friends, fellow gamers, and industry folk. Welcome to the Future Games Show at Gamescom. I'm Nick Apostolidis, the voice and motion capture actor behind Leon Scott Kennedy. You may remember me and my one-liners from some recent incredibly stressful vacations to small towns in Europe and Raccoon City alike.
And I'm Angela Santalbano, though you probably know me best as Grace Ashcroft in Resident Evil Requiem. I was the one hanging upside down, hyperventilating in a Velcro suit, while he was pulling up in a Porsche and doing roundhouse kicks.
Hey, remember when I gave you that really cool gun, though?
It had one bullet, Nick.
One very powerful bullet. Inventory management is my love language.
Well, let's put the trauma behind us for now, because we're joining forces to get you up to speed on the latest and greatest gaming news.
We've got a ton of exclusive trailers and developer deep dives, as well as some world premieres that will make you want to punch a boulder inside a volcano.
So if you want to keep track of everything, head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page to wishlist all of the games from today's show.
Once we wrap up, you can also visit GamesRadar.com for follow-up coverage on everything we've got in store for you, including what's lurking behind this trailer-shaped door. Lights, please.
Lurking? Okay, let's just get into our very first world premiere.
Welcome, loyal viewers, to the Emperor's 99th Intergalactic Gauntlet. Let's meet the latest crop of carefully kidnapped contestants. You don't actually have a choice, but maybe these highlights will change your mind. Take cover! Coming in hot. You'll regret that. Nice. And the gauntlet's about to begin. Time to write what I sow. Up to it. Hey there. This one has your name on it. Lacey! Jogging up on the back. Get on, pal! Watch out, Bill!
The worms are back, and not the kind that hijack your nervous system.
No, these are the cute British ones with the holy hand grenades.
Worms Galactic is a tactical spin-off coming soon to PC and consoles.
But if you're a fan of the 2D style the series is known for, a brand new Worms game is also on its way.
And now it's time for some news from our good friends at Capcom. Here is a brand new trailer for Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
フューチャーゲームショーをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。鬼武者ウェイオブザソードディレクターの二平です。本作はカプコンが誇る近撃アクションゲーム鬼武者の完全新作です。ダークファンタジーの世界観で描かれる江戸時代初期の京都を舞台に至高の剣撃アクションが楽しめます。本日は新たな要素をご紹介。京都に伝わる謎や現象を紐解くため、とある人物の従者として頑張っている狛犬たち。正気によって身動きが取れなくなっており、武蔵の助けを待っています。さらに新しいシネマティックなトレーラーをご用意しているんですが、その前に改めまして本作は9月4日金曜日に発売予定です。それでは特別なトレーラーをどうぞご覧ください。
If you live by the way of the sword, fighting is everything. It's warm blood on cold steel. The sound of your blade breaking armor. The thrill of striking down your foes with otherworldly precision. So fight smart. Fight hard. Fight like a demon. Wield the power of the Oni Gauntlet. Like a true warrior. Carve your name into legend. And become the Oni you were meant to be. Unleash your demons. Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Wow, That looks amazing.
Must be nice to parry all the time without your knife breaking in half.
Hey, don't pout. I'm sure the merchant appreciated all the business.
Yeah, you're right. I do love that guy. But anyways, Onimusha Way of the Sword is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th, so not long now before you can get your hands on it.
Our next game, which concerns one of our favorite shared subjects, zombies, is a side-scrolling brawler set in the Walking Dead universe. Think Streets of Rage with more headshots.
Hot diggity dog! I practiced that.
That was good.
Guys, you can actually play as Negan in The Walking Dead Streets of Survival when it lands on the 18th of September. Make sure it's on your wish list.
Now, let's take a closer look at Dioxide, a cel-shaded shooter set in a world ravaged by corporations.
Sounds a little too familiar.
Peace be upon the obedient, and strength to the hands that keep the great wheels turning. Look not to the ruined heavens for salvation, for grace is no longer given, it is provided. Do not weep for what was lost to the burning sky. In a world that scorched away its mercy, labor is our final desperate grace. Do not fear the deafening hymn of the factories. Listen to it. Listen. It is the only heartbeat this shattered world has left. We bleed. We sweat. We build. If only to forget the sky once knew a sun. Remember, the corporation provides. The corporation provides. The corporation provides. The corporation provides. The corporation provides.
Paint the canvas red in Dioxide, which is coming soon to PC. Oh, and while we've got you, a quick reminder to stay tuned for FGS Live from Gamescon, our sister show which airs directly after we wrap up.
We'll be passing the baton to the FGS editorial team for even more exclusive trailers and world premieres, so make sure you stick around for that. Here's a little teaser of what you can look forward to.
Thank you very much, Angela and Nick. I'm Jules Gill, and I'm also the host of FGS Live from Gamescom. You can join me and Nathan immediately after the Future Games show for more world premieres, release date reveals, and of course, brand new trailers. It is genuinely our best show ever, so make sure you stick around for it.
Make sure you stick around after the show for even more amazing game reveals.
And speaking of world premieres, we've got our second one coming up right now for the sequel to a dark fantasy action RPG. Let's check it out.
The goddess is dying. Reality crumbles in blood and flame. The prophecy speaks of a
wish lists at the ready because Wolcen 2 is coming to early access in 2027.
Okay, here's a closer look at A Short Quest. It's a nostalgic dungeon crawler built with love by 2 developers. Let's take a look, shall we?
Awake now, child. I have a task of great importance.
Did you stop banging on the bloody gate?
Wrong place, fuckface.
Come, stranger. Rest by the fire.
Take this note to the king. It should be a short quest.
A Short Quest is coming soon to PC, and there's available now if you want to check it out.
We've got a high-octane racing game up next. Perfect for a guy who plays a character with such an excellent
1,
track
2.
record.
Normalement,
with
c'est
motor
bon.
vehicles.
Je sais pas, c'est
yet
bon.
they gave Leon
Alors
a
que moi,
clue.
je m'entendais. Normalement, tu
Anyway,
m'entends maintenant.
here's a brand new developer diary for Clutch.
Hello, Future Game Show. I'm Mike Brown, creative director here at Maverick Games. Clutch is a cinematic open-world driving game where you
Eh ben,
take
normalement,
on the
tout
roles
était
of
normalement.
Leo and
Donc,
Cass, a
sur
pair of
mon
sibling
connecteur,
racing
je sais pas quoi,
prodigies who are
device,
leading a double
il...
life of pro
Envelope,
racing by
machin.
day,
Oh, alors que j'ai rien
underground
touché.
street racer by night.
Pour quelqu'un qui m'a
Set
maudit.
across
Mais
the
bon, bref.
beautiful French Riviera. We wanted to
Pourtant,
take
bah, j'avais mon
players to
retour dans
French
mon
Riviera
casque.
as well as
Et je
Monaco
voyais que là,
because
ça
it's a
montait
beautiful,
pas.
aspirational
Et dans mon
location
truc, il y avait
that's
marqué
also
envelope.
home
Du
to
coup,
the
je débranchais,
world's best
rebranchais. Donc...
driving roads. And
Ah,
it's
font
also part
chier.
of the world that's just
Normalement, hein,
steeped
j'en ai
in
marre de
powerful
je
checks
vérifie.
about
Il faut que je
motoring
vérifie
and
tout, quoi.
motorsport history.
Bref, j'espère que tu vas
Our
bien.
story is a grand
Voilà.
action-packed adventure
Malgré
with really
ce
high
bug.
stakes. But ultimately, it's
Pas
a
grave,
story
hein.
about our characters who
Les
are
gens
flawed,
liront dans
sometimes
mes...
infuriating, but always lovable.
liront sur les
And it's
lèvres.
about how these characters
En
find
rediffusion.
their
Bon,
place
ça va,
in the
c'est que le
world
début,
and the
mais bon.
importance of family. And the biggest
Ça
impact
va,
of a story like this is to
tranquille.
create a context,
J'ai envie de
importance, and
couvrir un
meaning
peu ça.
to
Hier,
the
j'ai fait
activities that you'll be taking
la
part in
Gamescom,
throughout the game.
l'ouverture.
So when you're finishing a race,
Voilà.
that's not just ticking off a piece of content.
Je me dis, je
Because of
lance.
the story, it really matters.
Même si,
In terms
bon,
of
ben,
vehicle
je sais pas
handling,
si,
my belief
voilà,
is leave an
si,
authentic
même
handling
si
model
je suis tout
that has
seul,
a
mais au
depth
moins
and
je
edge to it
couvre le
that will
truc.
punish you if you
Puis c'est
drive too
intéressant de
hard.
faire ça.
You need that ability to mess up. Otherwise, it can't feel good when you nail it.
Tuc.
And in a model like this, it has a really
C'est bien,
high
en plus,
skill
celui-là, il
tree.
est traduit.
So the more you play,
Il y a les
the more you're going to
sous-titres.
feel your skills getting better and better. And that's where the real satisfaction lies in this kind of game.
Bon, pour le moment, il n'y avait pas grand-chose qui m'intéressait, à part...
authentically mechanical, and they each have a distinct feel and personality. Clutch has
Non,
a
ouais,
rich
non.
and
Il y avait pas... Je suis en
detailed
train de
open
réfléchir, mais
world
non.
where there are new things to see and discover around every bend in the road. In our recreation of Monaco,
Ah, ça c'est
we
français.
have at least
Bah, Monaco,
represented every road that exists in real life Monaco. And as
Principauté.
you're out exploring these streets, note that the buildings aren't cookie cutters. We haven't made a lot of presets and then repeated the buildings over
Ah,
and over.
bon.
Every building in Monaco has been uniquely
Putain.
built by our
Ah,
artists.
c'est juste un
And as
oubli,
you're
faut
driving
pas dire
through
ça.
this beautiful open world,
Tu verras
know
bien la
that it's a
prochaine
world that's
fois.
full of challenges and collectibles to reward you for all of that exploration. Clutch is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC in spring of 2027. You can wishlist right now.
Ça c'est quoi du coup le jeu? Bon après moi je suis pas très jeu de voiture. C'est Clash. Clash. Bon. Goodbye. C'est pas trop ma cam. Par Mario Kart. Donc il sort sur PS1, Xbox, Steam et voilà. PC et les consoles on va dire next gen.
Clutch is coming to PC and consoles in spring 2027. Ange, what's up next?
Well,
Normalement
let's choose the lighting
demain,
again.
Tactile
Because it's time for
Résonance.
another world
Je vais prendre le
premiere.
Game Pass
And
et
this one is the sequel to
on
an
découvrira ça
atmospheric
demain
puzzle
si tout
platform.
va bien. World Premiere. Un jeu coopératif. Ok. Je me centre un peu plus. Je fais attention. Mhm. Et du coup, hier, j'ai vu, il y a plein de jeux que je veux faire aussi. Ah bah, du coup, lui, il est multiplateforme.
Break 2 Alliance of the Storms is a
connais
stunning
pas.
cooperative Metroidvania launching in 2027.
And now we're taking a look at the latest trailer for Serious Sam Shadowverse, a roguelike shooter set across a multiverse of mayhem.
Ooh.
Roguelike.
All ready to gamble with
Ok.
Let's fight, you big ugly!
Hell yeah!
Ah, tu connais? Enfin, je connais. Tout le monde connaît. Multi-univers, ça c'est autre chose du coup. Ça a l'air fun. Ok. Le 31 octobre.
Serious Sam
Août.
Shadowverse is coming to PC and consoles on August 31st, 2026. That's next week, Ange.
So soon. But you know what else is coming soon? And to us all, eventually? Death. Graveyard Keeper 2 is a cozy cemetery simulator where you
Un
manage
simulateur
an
de
evil
cimetière,
business,
ça peut être
bury
sympa.
the locals, and occasionally harvest their organs for a tidy
Je crois que
profit.
j'en ai déjà entendu parler le 1, si c'est ce que je pense.
Welcome to your charming new town. Step 1.
Ouais, je crois que j'avais vu ce jeu, le 1.
Perfect.
Un jeu cosy que tu gères le cimetière.
Take care of your
T'as le 1, ok.
animals. They'll pay you back
Il me semblait que
100-fold.
j'avais déjà vu
Step
quelque
3.
part.
Harvest
Le 1.
fresh resources
Mais
from
j'ai
the
pas joué.
garden. Organic and locally sourced. Step 4. Send your helpers on a lovely field trip. Look how much they've grown. Meet your charming
C'est sympa,
neighbor.
ça a l'air sympa.
I'm a scow. Oh.
What a chatterbox. And your loyal
Je disais
companion will
hier,
help
sinon j'ai
you
vu
with
l'annonce de
every task.
Crimson Desert où ils ont fait une VF.
Restore your little town,
Donc
automate your
sûrement ce jeu il faut que je le
production, and watch
fasse.
your
Et
community
The Witcher
bloom.
3 j'ai envie de le faire aussi. Je pense que je vais atteindre l'édition Switch 2.
Another
On verra.
mocking lie? No
Il
wonder
n'y avait pas
they're all
tout.
getting fired.
Alors il sort le 22 du
Have fun.
coup. Et il est multiplateforme. Et console et PC.
Prime your shovels, folks, because Graveyard Keeper 2 is coming to PC and consoles on September 22, 2026.
And continuing with games that indulge your morbid desires, join us as you building a cult in co-op. Here's the latest trailer.
Voici la bonne annonce. C'est quoi? J'ai pas vu le titre Judas. Ah non.
It begins innocently enough. Building, harvesting the communal
Ah,
garden,
je me le dis.
making just one sacrifice. But before you know it, your friends will have you stockpiling firearms, riding farm animals into battle, and praising the ancient
crois que j'avais vu
ones.
déjà
If your
l'annonce.
friends tell you, be cool, man, do not be cool. Be skeptical, be vigilant, be cult-free. Friends don't let friends join cults.
En mars, ok. PC, console PS5.
Join Us is coming to PC and consoles in March 2027. What's next,
John...
Angela?
Ah oui, c'est une
Nick.
secte.
This next
J'avais
game
vu.
is a
C'est une
kinetic
secte.
cyberpunk shooter starring a sentient combat implant. Feast your eyes on the latest trailer for Spine.
In this city, you're never really alone. They say the AI keeps you safe. I used to believe that. But I learned better. Tensor calculates, gangs execute. And people like me, we pay the price. Their strongest weapon is called Spine.
Combat mode activated.
Too bad I stole one. They under control. But every system has exceptions. I'm one of them.
Sympa. Xbox, PS5. Oula. C'est quoi? Summer? Bon, en 2027. Été 2025.
Damn, that kind of made me want to do a roundhouse kick.
Oh, are you sure? Without warming up?
Salut Crop,
Good
ça
call.
va?
Wouldn't want to throw out my spine. Which is coming to PC and consoles in 2027.
Well, that, the trailer, not Nick's comment, was totally worth a wish list, right?
I'm here all day, guys.
Yes, yes you are. Anyway, let's shift gears with our first Ones to Watch deep dive, where we go deep on the game the internet is raving about.
And with that in mind, here's an exclusive interview with Fuse Games about Star Wars Galactic Racer.
C'est quoi? Ah oui, le jeu Star Wars de course. Oui, mais c'est pas en direct, donc du coup ils ont... En fait, si tu veux, sur leur YouTube, j'ai trouvé, et c'est sous-titré en plusieurs langues. Voilà. Et donc c'est bien. Sauf les trailers, ils sont pas traduits. Là, ça va. Tout à l'heure, il y avait une interview d'un dev et il n'était pas sous-titré, mais au moins en général, c'est sous-titré. Dans toutes les langues. Bon voilà, ça va. Heureusement qu'il y avait Banana, sinon je parlais dans le vide. Mon micro a décidé de ne pas être activé. Alors que je m'entendais le retour dans mon casque. Ça aurait été bien en rediff. Tout le monde aurait lu sur mes lèvres.
It's all about keeping your foot on the gas, holding speed through corners by drifting around them.
The speeder bike is at the opposite end of the spectrum. It's fast, it's ferocious, but it's fragile.
Got a fantastic ability where it can slow down into corners and store that kinetic energy and then do a kinetic burst out of the corner. And it's all about kind of threading the needle in thin lines.
And then our final vehicle is something that's brand new to Star Wars, and it's called the Skim Speeder. We've designed this in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, and this vehicle is more akin to a lower level racing plane.
Moi, il a l'air pas mal. Je sais plus s'il est multiplateforme celui-là.
The Skim Speeder is perhaps the most elegant of our vehicles, with its carving, banked turns, as well as its ability to roll up onto a knife edge and pull high G maneuvers around the tightest of turns.
Strapping into a Skim Speeder is an absolute thrill ride.
Being in your wide and proud profile, gracefully sweeping through the tracks, and then snapping up onto that knife edge and cutting into the apex. The sound design is fantastic, and then the visuals on top of it of how dramatic the change on the screen is.
Our audio team have done a fantastic job on making the Skim Speeder feel like an authentic Star Wars vehicle.
Making a new vehicle in the Star Wars galaxy is an amazing opportunity. So we collaborated deeply with Lucasfilm Games to make something that felt uniquely Star Wars.
All three of those speeders have different racing lines, and it's where they intersect that things get interesting. This is where the drama happens.
And then, of course, we've got the pinnacle racing vehicle in Star Wars Galaxy, the Pod Racer.
We knew we couldn't make a Star Wars racing game without including the iconic pod races.
Sense of speed is a hugely important aspect of the game, and it's something that we poured a lot of love and attention into. When you then step into a pod racer, the speeds are absolutely wild.
The best thing about seeing people pick the controller up is that immediate smile on your face. Wow, this is fast, but this is controllable speed. And when I make a mistake, I have this wonderful audio-visual payoff inside the crashing that's expected, but fair. Star Wars Galactic Racer is coming October 6th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Tant pis.
Now that That is pod racing. Thank you to Fuse Games for the inside scoop on Star Wars Galactic Racer, which is coming to PC and consoles on October 6th.
And what do you know? It's time for another world premiere. Here's your first look
World
at an
Premiere. Tout à l'heure, en début, il y a eu un World Premiere, mais qui était déjà passé hier à l'ouverture de la Gamescom. C'était Worms.
Let's check it out.
Donc je me méfie, du coup, vu que c'est préenregistré déjà en direct. Oh, sympa. Est-ce que c'est Valor Mortis? Oh non. Ok. Sur PC et PlayStation.
That was Alchemia, House of Wisdom, which you can wishlist now on Steam. It's coming soon to PC and consoles.
Right. This next
Ça a l'air
game
sympa, hein.
sounds like our comeuppance for all the green herbs we've eaten. It's called Trees Hate You.
Ah, un jeu cosy. Ou pas, je sais pas, c'est bizarre. Ah. D'accord. C'est original. Oula. Ah, d'accord. Bordel. Ah, maman, je fais ça, je vais m'énerver hein, parce que je vais pas arriver au bout. Ouais, d'accord. Mais... Ah putain. Tu fais bolos par les arbres. Le 16 novembre. Mais... Ils mettent pas les plateformes.
Precisely. The plants get their revenge in Trees Hate You, which is coming out on November 16.
And just like that, here's another world premiere for a hand-drawn cooperative
Ah.
golfing adventure. Let's take a look.
Disney à la main. Ah, ça va être simple. Moi, je connaissais pas. Hein. Oh, trop mimi. D'ailleurs, je me suis inscrit à pré-test de Petite Planète, là, le jeu cosy. Et d'ailleurs, Morrigan, elle a pensé à moi quand elle a vu le jeu. Elle dit ça, c'est pour Miguel. Ah, elle a dit, parce qu'après, je me suis posé dans la nuit à continuer à finir Monster Shell 2. Mortel. Pourquoi Monster? Ouais. Même si j'essaye d'autres choses à côté, hein, mais ouais. Et j'ai téléchargé, alors du coup j'ai vu en story ce que Ultia le stream là. Voilà. Qu'on peut le tester gratuitement. Un playtest. Donc je sais pas quand je le ferai. Celui-là, ouais.
Bye Bye Bonnie is coming soon to PC.
Nice.
Sur
And we're
PC.
following that with a new trailer for Arizona Sunshine, a flat screen
Ah,
remake
Monster
of the
Shell.
beloved VR
Ouais,
zombie
alors,
shooter.
mais c'est le prologue il était, voilà, ça va. Mais ouais, après, j'ai vu entre elle et notre personne, ah ben finalement, voilà. Putain, j'ai peur, alors je sais pas si je ferai Day One, mais je me tâte toujours encore d'Elden Ring. Après, je demandais à quelqu'un si elle pouvait me soutenir. Oui, bon. Je sais pas. Ah, il a l'air fun, lui. Et derrière, il y a des promos, là, les deux FF, les deux premiers FF, 7 remakes, là. Ils sont de Ils sont en promo. Et j'ai trop envie de faire d'autres jeux. Je veux faire du coup Crimson Desert. D'ailleurs, ils m'ont répondu, enfin, ils m'ont repartagé, ils m'ont répondu en DM. Du coup, les comédiens de doublage qui ont doublé dans Crimson Desert. Bon, ils n'étaient pas obligés hein, de me répondre, mais ceux que j'ai tagués que je suis. Voilà. Ah bah je sais pas parce que là j'ai vu sur Amazon. Alors je crois du coup 6 novembre, je sais pas. Bon, je regardais en même temps réfléchissant. Là sympa, mais bon, après c'est du zombie. Caterpillar ça. Je veux te dire ça. Mais par exemple le premier sur Switch remake, donc moi tu vois, je veux les faire petit à petit, mais bon, j'ai déjà celui-là la PS4 du premier, donc je vais peut-être pas m'embêter à faire. Voilà quoi.
But not every story is meant to last. Sometimes progress means letting go.
C'est sûr. Peut-être je m'énerverai moins. Quoi que à canarder les. Attends. Et donc du coup j'ai vu il a 29 € le premier sur Switch. 2. À 29 €. Après PS5 et les autres consoles il va être peut-être plus bas hein, les versions physiques. Et moi je regardais sur Switch 2. Je crois Micromania et Amazon le fait à 29.
To reshape the future.
Je crois qu'il y a Amazon aussi. En fait, pas Amazon, Leclerc. Alors moi je sais pas si c'est un revendeur, mais le rebate.
And now for something completely different.
That's right. Our next game is a surreal medieval shooter inspired by the works of Hieronymus Bosch.
Oh joli, j'aime bien. Donc il est à 29,94. Suite 2, limité jusqu'à. Il reste 10. Oh putain, mais là, mais bon, celui-là je l'ai. Bon. Elden il a 58. Et Rebates, il est à 42,99. Donc le second. Et Leclerc, je crois, il le faisait à. Mais je crois que c'était un vendeur sur son site. Il était à 37, je crois, mais je sais pas en magasin. Mais bon, le premier mec, je l'ai. Bon, il n'y a pas le DLC, mais je l'ai sur ma PS4 et je l'avais payé 8 balles en solde à Leclerc d'ailleurs, au magasin à l'époque. Parce que ça date un peu. Ouais, mais. Moi, je peux pas faire tout d'un coup. Je vais me donner petit à petit, moi, en me connaissant. Donc, je vais voir. Je vais commencer peut-être en fin d'année à faire un. Je vois qu'il y en a plein qui vont faire pareil, les grosses. Mais je vais commencer à en faire un. Parce que ça va être plus long. C'est plus long que quand j'ai fait la trilogie de Lara Croft. Tu vois, je pouvais. Voilà, ça allait. Que là, bon, voilà, c'est un RPG. Enfin, voilà. Aventure, etc. Donc c'est un peu plus conséquent, surtout le 2.
Get it on your wish list ASAP, but don't close that tab because it's time for yet another
Ouais.
premiere. It's the next game.
Et si je d'autres trucs entre temps, tu vois, voilà, ça va être chaud quoi. Et en plus, je me rajoute Crimson Desert que je veux faire. J'aimerais bien, tu vois, attendre fin septembre. Le 29, en plus, c'est le jour de ma fête, la sortie de la Switch 2, où je me tâte de l'acheter plus. Enfin, la version de The Witcher 3 aussi. Voilà. Bref, trop de choses. Mais je peux comprendre, parce que déjà, je crois sur PS5, tu as, et tout à l'heure, je l'ai vu en promo. T'as le. En fait, je crois sur un CD, t'as un pack déjà avec les 2 premiers. vu que toi tu l'as, t'as la PS5 je crois. Sur PS5 et je sais qu'il y a une version physique où t'as les deux premiers dessus. Original celui-là. On l'a écrit un jeu d'horreur mais en fait non. C'est un cosy. Je crois que c'est... Ok. 4 septembre, Jean.
Repel the hand-drawn hordes in Pixel Junk Monsters 3, which is coming soon. Drop it on your wish list now and sign up for the private playtest, which kicks off on September 4th.
Next up, we've got a developer diary for Ion 2, an Unreal Engine 5 MMO where the sky is your battlefield.
안녕하세요. 아이온2의 개발을 총괄하고 있는 백승욱 CBO입니다. 완전히 새로운 MMORPG를 만든다기보다 기존 MMORPG 플레이어들이 아쉬워했던 부분을 그동안의 경험과 발전된 기술을 결합하여 해법을 제시하고자 하였습니다. 친구나 지인이 함께 플레이하는 즐거움을 원하는 사람은 결코 사라지지 않을 것이므로 그런 분들의 기대에 부응하는 게임을 계속 만들고 있습니다. 아이온2가 그런 기대를 충족시키는 게임이라고 생각합니다.
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il y a
아이온2는 자유로운 비행뿐만 아니라 하늘과 땅, 물속까지 눈에 보이는 모든 곳에
Je connais pas le 1.
가볼 수 있다는 것이
Donc ouais, je
핵심입니다.
viens de voir, il y a un pack des deux FF7 sur PS5 à 50 balles.
진정한 오픈 월드를 경험할 수 있도록 만들었습니다.
Ouais, du coup ils font avec le 3 et avec les 3. Alors.
안녕하세요. 아이온2 게임 디렉터 김남준입니다.
Donc ça c'est pas traduit.
반갑습니다. 기존 게임들에서 높은 곳은 그저 랜드마크였지만 아이온2는 그 장소에도 플레이가 가능한 공간이기 때문에
Moi je veux juste le jeu pour voler avec les ailes.
전쟁 상황에서 창의적이고 변칙적인 플레이가 발생하는 것을 확인했습니다. 보통 비행을 하게 되면 등속 운동이나 가속 운동을 하게 되는데 이렇게 했을 때 실제로 캐릭터는 빠르게 움직이지만 유저들이 느끼는 속도감은 느껴지지 않게 되는 것 같았습니다. 그래서 비행 중 속도의 차이를 주는 것에 집중했고 활강이나 바람길, 비행 속도를 높여주는 서클 등 다양한 요소를 추가하여 속도감이 느껴질 수 있도록 많은 노력을 기울였습니다. 높은 곳에 올라가 봤을 때 이제 무언가 찾을 수 있도록 탐험적인 요소를 추가했습니다. 무엇보다 그 전쟁 상황에서 주변 시야가 아닌 공중에서 그 주변을 확인할 수 있는 요소가 추가되면서 이를 통해 발생할 수 있는 플레이의 확장성을 열었다라고 생각해 주시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 도전적인 컨텐츠를 원하시는 분들은 높은 난이도의 컨텐츠에 도전하면서 공략과 성장의 성취감을 느낄 수 있고 조금 더 편안한 플레이를 원하시는 분들은 채집이나 몬스터 수집 같은 다양한 컨텐츠를 자신의 속도에 맞춰 즐길 수 있습니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 아이온2에서 아트 디렉터를 맡고 있는 차봉섭입니다. 아트레아에서는 목적지로 향하는 과정 자체가 하나의 경험이 되기를 바랬습니다. 길을 걷다가 문득 시선을 빼앗는 풍경을 만나고 물속으로 들어가 예상하지 못했던 공간을 발견하고 하늘로 날아올랐을 때는 익숙한 세계가 전혀 다른 모습으로 보이는 경험을 주고 싶었습니다. 그렇게 이동하고 탐험하는 과정에서 저곳에는 무엇이 있을까라는 호기심이 자연스럽게 생기는 세계, 그것이 저희가 만들고 싶었던 아트레아입니다.
안녕하세요. 아이온2 풍현섭 기술 디렉터입니다. 언리얼 엔진 5의 새로운 렌더링 기술을 활용해 더 많은 오브젝트를 효율적으로 렌더링했고 넓은 월드에서도 자연스러운 그림자를 표현했으며 시간과 환경 변화에 따른 조명도 사실적으로 구현할 수 있었습니다.
Il y en a qui ont été sponsors, il y a un événement par rapport au Wolverine sur Paris. Que d'image.
아이온2는 솔로 플레이어들이 할 수 있는 컨텐츠와 파티 컨텐츠가 공존하고 있습니다. 그리고 파티 플레이를 하더라도 큰 부담이 없도록 컨텐츠를 디자인했으니 선택에 따라 편안하게 즐겨주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 런칭 이후 플레이어분들의 컨텐츠 진행 속도와 플레이 패턴을 면밀히 살펴보면서 업데이트 시점을 결정해 나갈 계획입니다. 특히 글로벌 서비스는 다양한 지역의 플레이어분들이 함께하는 만큼 실제 플레이 데이터와 피드백을 다각도로 살펴보며 글로벌 환경에 맞춰 가장 잘 맞는 업데이트 계획을 만들어 나가는 것이 중요하다고 생각합니다.
Je me demande si mon PC va pouvoir le gérer si j'ai envie de tester vu que c'est un free-to-play. Je crois.
이걸 빨리 글로벌 유저들한테 어서 빨리 보여드리고 싶은 그런 마음, 너무 기쁜 마음으로 기대하고 있어 사실. 지금 바로 스팀 위시리스트에 추가해주세요.
9월 17일과 18일 이틀간 진행되는 런칭 스케일 테스트에도 꼭
17
10월 5일에 플레이해보세요.
Oui, et aujourd'hui aussi, on m'a contacté pour postuler pour un truc dont je dis pas plus. On verra bien. C'est pour septembre en plus. Le 5 octobre, ok. Ah non. Le 5 septembre, ok.
You got it.
Ion
Here's the release date
2.
trailer for Star Trek Outposts Unknown.
Ouais.
A Starfleet
Donc
city
normalement,
builder
je dois
where
y
you chart
aller.
alien worlds.
Oui, près de chez moi à peu près. Enfin, il faut un train, mais c'est pas loin. Pas loin de chez des amis, donc en plus. On va ressortir le costume. Puis en plus, on vient de me dire « Oh, je pense que tu vas être en Jupiter. » Oui, sûrement. Je n'en ai pas d'autre. Le 26-27, je vais à l'agenda de côté. Ah, il est vu passer, ça. Je crois, hein. Je suis pas sûr que je connais. Je suis pas mal de comédies de doublage, donc ouais, je vois passer des festivals. Je croyais qu'il y avait écrit Watch Dog. Je suis facile. C'est pas Watch Dog. Et demain, j'allais dire oui, et je sais pas. Ce week-end, tester la bêta. Voir comment ça tourne Call of, le multi, sur Switch 2. C'est à partir du 28, elle était ouverte pour tous. Parce que le week-end dernier, il y avait... C'était pour ceux qui avaient précommandé. Modern Warfare 4. Stream Access. Mais bon, je vais pas demander à jouer à ce jeu. Le 10 septembre 2026, pour ceux que ça intéresse, War Dog Tactical Wall of Farms. Et une fois, c'était quelqu'un que je connais. Oui, il n'avait plus, j'ai l'impression. En plus, si je suis encore sur son Discord. Bref. Mais sur Destiny 2, et une fois, on m'avait proposé de. Sur ça, je m'y. Via son compte, tester Tarkov. Et je dis non, mais c'est bon, c'est pas trop mon truc. C'est gentil. C'est joli, ça, par contre. Ouais, j'ai joué, moi. Je faisais les campagnes. Sauf le 7 que j'ai pas fait, Black Ops 7. Mais j'aime bien. Ça défoule.
Or was it ever even moving at all? Everything, all at once, illuminated. There's something here, and it knows me. All of me.
Ah, j'aime bien. Hein. Story, ok. quoi ça?
Just beyond my reach, there's a face, a voice I know better than my own, pulling at me.
J'aime bien. J'aime bien.
Whatever is waiting for me out there.
Ouais. Jamais fait. D'ailleurs.
Has been calling me my whole life.
Je crois que j'avais commencé vite fait à l'époque. Mais pas en la
What it is.
Je l'avais pas. J'aime bien. Journey Home. Ah, il y a une démo.
The Journey Home is coming soon to PC, but there's a demo out now
Mais
on
que passe
Steam if you
PC
want to
quoi.
check it
Une
out.
démo.
What's next, Nick?
Well, we've got some news about Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. It's a beloved
Et ouais, après
RPG
Call of,
which is
ce que
currently in
j'aime
early
bien.
access, but for how much longer?
Celui-là, je l'ai testé le 2 sur le Game Pass. Et il y avait le 1 à récupérer gratos.
Isn't your choice. It's your duty, your legacy, and it gives you a
Mais
chance
là, on
to
peut plus le
learn
récupérer.
how to read the room,
J'avais bien aimé.
to pick your battles, to know exactly what's worth keeping.
Je crois qu'il y a des rediffs sur YouTube, je suis pas sûr.
You learn that not all fights are won with steel.
Mais je crois. Parce que c'était
Some are won with patience.
une preview après ça.
Because greed will fill your pack. But only wisdom brings it home. Driven by heart. You
Parce que du coup, on part récupérer, et après on revend ce qu'on a récolté.
but to own it. This is who you are.
Donc la 0.1 du coup, et ça, ah, il y a sur toutes les plateformes. Donc il est, ouais. Donc il était en early. Enfin moi du coup sur le Game Pass. Le 2 sur le 1 du coup de la 0.1. 1.0 pardon. Oula. Et je disais ouais, Call of, j'aime bien la petite dose, ça me défoule, mais après voilà. Après, on passe à autre chose.
Please welcome Shiori Novella and Vestia Zeta to the Future Game Show. How's it
Ok.
going?
Thank you, Leon and Grace,
Ah,
or Nick
le
and
youtubeur.
Angela. I'm Shiori, and this is... Hi, I'm Zeta. And we're so excited to be here with you guys. Alright, let's get into it. First up is Everwind, a first-person survival game where you and your friends command a flying ship across a shattered sky.
Ça va être rigolo ça. Hein. Ça va sympa. Bon après c'est multi mais bon. Voilà. C'est une Minecraft mais pas assez cubique. J'aime bien. Ou alors attends. Je sais qu'il y a le Minecraft Dungeon 2 qui sort, mais c'est pas ça. Work in progress. Donc ouais, non, c'est pas Minecraft, c'est autre chose. Comme il se souvient, 2027.
Everwind is coming to consoles in
C'est autre chose.
2027, with a major update coming in September.
Mais ouais. Ça a l'apparence, comme je disais.
Ooh, this one's a good one. Sword Sage Awakening, a third-person action RPG where you take down beasts from Chinese folklore. Even better, there's even a cute red panda friend.
Ok. Ça a l'air sympa. Je trouve les jeux tous sympas. Allez. Oh. Un insect. Ok. Ok. Hey. Par contre, tu dois pas être demander de grandes ressources parce que le jeu, bon. C'est quoi ça, master, machin? Bon, en tout cas, ouais. Courte vêtue. Beacon Sage. Alors, il est sur Steam, PS5, Xbox. Voilà, coming soon. Donc, il n'y a pas de
Sword
date.
Sage Awakening is coming soon to PC and consoles. But you can wishlist it now on Steam. And you
Voilà, l'année
could because
prochaine,
it
je
looks
pense.
really cool. It does look really
L'année
cool.
prochaine.
We have one more game to show you before we hand it back to Nick and Angela.
Hein?
There's a new trailer for the Sinking
Là,
City
j'ai
2,
regardé
a survival horror game set in a creepy
chez Maury.
Lovecraftian world.
Il était sympa le 2. Rien à voir avec le 1, mais c'était plus. Ça faisait plus penser à du Resident Evil comparé au 1. J'ai vu par morceaux et j'ai vu la fin. Du coup. Mais. Pas mal. Ah! D'accord, Switch 2 du coup en 2027. Ok, c'était pour l'annonce Switch 2.
So cool and spooky. The Sinking City 2 is out now, and it's coming to Switch 2 in 2027. Enjoy the monsters then. And with that, we're out of here. Thanks for having us, Future Game Show. Thank you for having us. Now back to Nick and Angela. I mean, Leon and Grace. I love you!
Thanks for stopping by.
And as for what's next, we've got our second Ones to Watch deep dive.
Here's an interview with the team behind Tides of Annihilation, a fantasy hack and
Un
slash
jeu fantasy.
set
Ah,
in a
celui-là,
fractured London and
j'ai vu qu'il
inspired
avait,
by Arthurian
qu'il a l'air
legend.
pas mal aussi. Qu'on l'a vu hier. Du coup, je sais plus dans quelle plateforme il sort, mais.
Hello, my name is Ari Chen. I am the co-CEO of Eclipse Glow Games and the game director of Tides of Annihilation.
Lui, il est carrément
Tides
doublé.
of Annihilation tells a story inspired by Arthurian legend. However, we did not want simply to reproduce the existing mythology of King Arthur in its entirety. We wanted to approach it from the perspective of Chinese developers and transform it into a fantasy game. Although the game is based on Arthurian legend, the entire story has been reinterpreted from our perspective as developers.
Ah oui, oui, mais j'avais dit oui parce que c'est
Gwendolyn's background is one of the main elements of the game's story, so I can reveal
Donjons et
all
Dragons.
about who
Non,
she
c'est
is
pas.
at the
Non, c'est
beginning of the
Warlock.
game. At the start, Gwendolyn
Donc c'est
is
pas
an
lui.
ordinary
C'est
person
un
from
autre
the
que
modern
j'aimais bien.
world
Je
who
voulais.
becomes caught up in the disaster caused by an invasion from another dimension. As a modern person, she's thrown into a hostile and
Rien à
malicious
voir.
other world. While she's there, she receives encouragement from her companions and gradually grows into a commander capable of leading the knights.
Use it to command your spectral knights.
We wanted to present a point at which the game has settled into a relatively stable rhythm, and the combat systems are being used more fully. As a result, the section being shown takes place around the middle of the game, and features a relatively high level of combat intensity.
Ok. Trop bien.
Combat is at the heart of the experience, because this is ultimately an action game. We want as many players as possible to experience the enjoyment of action games when they play it. For that reason, we have carefully refined the combat system. This includes the Knight system, which gives players access to a greater variety of character builds. Players can combine these elements to create many different combat styles.
The concept we developed is something I call the dual frontline battle system. This system allows the protagonist to fight alongside the knights she summons, working together with them in battle. I wanted to introduce more companions into combat, so that the player would no longer feel alone and would have the sense that other characters were actively supporting them. Our game is primarily an action-adventure game, so it has two central elements. The first is, of course, combat. The other is exploring and adventuring through another world. The adventure side of the game also builds on the important feature of the combat system, the knights. During exploration, the knights provide the protagonist with a wide range of abilities and assistance. The main purpose of exploration is ultimately to support the combat experience. At its core, combat remains the game's most distinctive feature. Exploration gives players additional resources, more room for error, and a wider variety of builds to discover and develop.
Okay.
To give an example of how the knights fight, we currently have the main knight, Bedivere. His design is centered on speed and fluid connectivity, allowing players to perform combinations easily and smoothly. He therefore has linked light and heavy attacks. Palamedes, the first knight, is primarily built around charged attacks, so the player has to recognize and take advantage of the right opportunities. And Kay, the time knight, needs to deploy time bombs at crucial moments. These can interrupt enemy attacks and also temporarily stop time. Each of our knights has therefore been carefully designed. We wanted each knight to feel different to control and to offer the player a distinct kind of enjoyment.
En tout cas, il y a de quoi hein, comme arme. Et pouvoir à utiliser.
This is the first time we're formally introducing the knight Lancelot. He's a very important character within the game's story, and he also has a highly distinctive presence during combat. He can closely follow Gwendolyn's movements and perform coordinated attacks with her, creating the feeling of a sword dance between the two.
With Tides of Annihilation, our hope is that our first project as a studio will be recognized by players within the action game genre. We hope that, in the eyes of players, our finished work will be considered a worthy and accomplished action-adventure game.
Damn sorceresses.
As for when the game will be completed, I think we simply need to continue working harder so that we can finish it and bring it to players as soon as possible.
Thank you all for your interest in Tides of Annihilation. We sincerely hope that players will enjoy the game when it comes to PlayStation, PC and Xbox. Thank you.
Voilà, on se console et puis PS Pro, bon, forcément.
Shout out to Eclipse Glow Games for the insight on Tides of Annihilation, which is coming soon to PC and consoles.
All right, eyes up if you like co-op games, as we have some exciting news to share about the latest entry in the We Were Here series, We Were Here Tomorrow.
Now, if you're not in the loop, this is an asymmetrical co-op game where you use walkie-talkies to solve puzzles.
Ça n'a rien à voir. Ah, mais si. Ben, j'ai vu jouer, streamer ce jeu.
The walkie-talkies are back. Testing, testing. Eagle 1 to
Du
Eagle
coup,
2. Eagle
c'est
out. Do you see that canister behind you? Does that fit in there?
Ça sera dans un vaisseau, un truc comme ça.
So all my drawings, they're all black and white, so I could probably only go based off shapes.
Okay, well, it looks like a
Pas
button.
d'amis streamer pour pouvoir faire ce genre de contenu, je vous le dis, que je joue solo
I like
aussi.
this one.
I'll take this one. Oh, let's see what this does.
Whoa! Get it off.
Oula.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Hey!
We sent the lasers through these lasers, which sent all the way to the other lasers, down back to these lasers, and boom, we're out of here.
Let's go!
We did it! Check this out.
Wait, did we do that?
Fantastic progress, team.
En octobre, ok. PS5, Xbox et Steam.
Let your best friend know that We Were Here Tomorrow is launching in October for PC and console.
And while you're organizing a co-op session, let me pique your interest with another great game.
Oh.
Guns of Eschaton is a Souls-like shooter set in a world imagined by Victor
Tiens, un
Antonov,
Soul.
the creative mind behind Dishonored's Dunwall and Half-Life 2's City 17. Here's the latest trailer.
C'est un Soul, enfin un Soul like, mais avec des guns.
This place is an inevitable conflict. It approaches. This world will burn. It starts with you and ends with you.
Ah, sorry, des coop. Pas intéressant.
You must die for you to survive.
Coming soon. 2026, mais j'ai pas vu.
Now because Guns of Eschaton is coming
Pas
to
le temps de
PC and
voir.
consoles in 2026. Now what have you got for us, Nick?
Well, I think another
Ah bon,
spooky
celui-ci?
mystery is in the cards, quite
Bah,
literally.
comme quoi.
Hillthorn is a card-based detective game where knowledge equals progression, but don't take my word for it.
Ouais, non. Ça, c'est un jeu d'enquête. Ok. Ça, c'est pour moi. Moi aussi, je sais qu'elle aime comme jeu. Les mimes et tout ça. Donc après, là... Bon, ouais. Jeu d'enquête. Je suis trop nul, moi, ça. Enfin... Après, ouais. Avec le mode souris en plus. Eh oui, bah les cités. Switch. Donc forcément la 2. Et mobile apparemment. Aussi. Donc, en novembre. Et il y a une démo sur Steam. Ouais, bah après voilà. Déjà de base sur Switch s'y tourne. Donc le 2. Ça va être à l'aise quoi. World Premiere. Je devrais mettre le son sur mon Stream Deck. Prochaine fois, maintenant que je lance des trucs, je vais reprendre le son World Premiere et j'appuie sur le bouton de mon Stream Deck. Voilà. Et s'il y a quelqu'un qui passe par là, piquez-moi l'idée, il n'y a pas de souci. Du hockey. Ah, il y avait un jeu là sur Game Pass, du coup, je vais sûrement prendre le Game Pass demain. Pour Résonance. D'ailleurs, Maury, elle a commencé à jouer. Je crois Cyros aussi, j'ai vu qu'ils avaient le droit de lui jouer ce soir, aujourd'hui, à partir de 18h. Tout à l'heure. Et du coup, ça me fait penser, sur le Game Pass, il y a un jeu de bowling. Je sais pas pourquoi, je voulais le tester. Enfin, un truc, une HL bowling.
Now that is a play no one saw coming. Breakaway Hockey League is the first modern hockey game coming to PC in nearly 20 years. It's a fast, skill-based 4x4 hockey game where
je vais faire du hockey, je vais penser à être heurté Rivali. Oh putain, j'arrive même pas à dire le nom de la scène.
Oh yeah, me too. Anyway, it's coming soon to PC, so
Rivalité passionnée, comme il en québécois.
We need to get changed and make our way out of the studio. So, for this next part, we're going to throw it over to a series of back-to-back trailers, starting with a world premiere.
World premiere. Ah. Ok. Un jeu de survie. Planète. Il y a aussi là, non c'est quand Dune sur son console Xbox et tout ça. Et du coup, je crois qu'ils le mettent sur le Game Pass Dune. Le jeu de survie de Dune. Il m'est arrivé. Gallipoli, ça c'est quoi ça? Ça a l'air pas mal. Déjà pour info, moi je crois que je l'ai, hein, mais BF1, où ça se passe dans les années comme ça, avec les vieilles armes et tout, je crois que c'est l'un de mes préférés. BF, Battlefield. Ça a changé du moderne, quoi. Le Rennes. Out now, aujourd'hui. Bon, on sort là. Ça c'est quoi ça? C'est une pub ou pas? Pas une pub. Est-ce que c'est la pub que je vois souvent du jeu là sur YouTube? C'est pas ça. Je sais plus ce que c'est le jeu. Ah oui, c'est vrai que demain il y a le reveal GTA 6. Ouais, sur Gameflix, histoire par curiosité. Mais bon, c'est pas un jeu qu'on m'en fout. Ouais, ok. Police Simulator. Okay. C'est pas ça. Mais il y a un jeu là sur Game Pass, je sais plus s'il est toujours Pompier Simulator. Je crois que j'avais une rediff avec JDG et puis Mythos qui avaient joué ensemble. Là c'est plus bourrin. Et là de toute façon le prochain truc là, c'est c'est normalement là mois prochain il y aura le Nintendo Direct, le reveal de Ocarina of Time. Alors le mec, quoi il ressemble et quelle date? Ça, moi qu'il fasse un spécial juste Zelda. Nail Crown. Ok. Yeah.
Nick, I just saw this in that green room.
What do you got?
Ran out of coffee, morale
Plus
is
de
gone,
café là.
everyone is exhausted, itchy, tasty.
We should probably be worried about that.
Yeah, let's just play it by ear. Camera's still rolling.
Oh.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a new trailer for
Ah,
Resonance.
un nouveau bande-annonce pour Résonance. Parce que je regardais la config, normalement le PC, ça a l'air plus un jeu d'aventure, donc c'est pour ça que ça va me plaire, celui-là. Je dis pas que les autres, c'était pas un jeu d'aventure, attention. Ok.
Residence Plague Tale Legacy is out tomorrow, August 27th for PC and consoles. Don't miss it.
And speaking of plagues, we're following that trailer with a closer look at Exterminauts, a cooperative shooter where you play as a pest control crew.
Exterminauts was revealed yesterday, but we've got the inside scoop direct from the developers.
Ok.
Hey, Future Game Show. I'm Vincent from Behavior Interactive in Montreal, Quebec, and I'm creative director on Exterminauts. which is a co-op PvE shooter where you're part of a blue-collar crew whose job is to repair and exterminate. It's fast, relentless action that rewards teamwork, creativity, and skill to get the job done. Thankfully, you have all the weaponized power tools at your disposal on your work shift. This includes not only guns, but a variety of special weapons to deliver crazy elemental damage, and a special power clamp that activates your overdrive system to use in all sorts of utility and combat situations.
Exterminats takes place on planet Tien, where a new miracle energy source was discovered called polymorphic plasma. So it's just one problem: alien pests. This plasma is like honey to them. They'll tear through infrastructure, machinery, and entire facilities to get at it, causing chaos across the planet, and this is your problem to fix.
You might have seen the trailer we released yesterday. We wanted to kick things off by showing the tough, blue-collar style the Exterminats have and focusing on the gear and the tools they use. Even if they have a job to do, we wanted to show off the frenetic action right away, but also the comedic undertone that's always ready to creep up.
Ok. Désolé, je regardais. J'avais mail le recap du Crafton. Wow, les jeux qui s'annoncent. C'est par les joueurs choisissent une mission sur le tableau des tâches, s'équipent, etc. Ok, celui-là t'intéresse?
Players repair damaged infrastructure, exterminate pests, and gather valuable resources while completing contract objectives. Every job culminates in a hectic final stand, holding the line against waves of pests while waiting for extraction. Back aboard the rig, players can cash in their earnings, purchase upgrades, customize their loadouts,
on l'avait déjà.
prepare for the
Ah
next
ouais?
shift.
Tu veux comme quoi? Ça m'a pas tilté, ça m'a pas marqué. Enfin, malheureusement. C'est pas, je suis pas la cible, mais.
If you want me to pick one, I'd pick the special weapons. Man, I love our special weapons. Shooting a massive behemoth with a cryoblaster or with a stasis railgun.
De toute façon, là, on a eu 2 ou 3 jeux qui étaient présentés déjà hier.
Coming to PC and consoles in 2027, and we'll have more to share about the game over the course of 2026. And in the meantime, you can wishlist, pre-order, and check out our social pages.
Mais bon, c'est pas sympa, hein. Ce game genre, ça a l'air bien. Enfin, il y a de quoi. Oula, l'autre il allait se faire bouffer là. Ah mais oui, voilà, je me rappelle de cette scène. Il se faisait emporter. Oui, maintenant je me souviens. Comme quoi, les petits détails me font rappeler les choses.
Now let's take a hard pivot into the world of Mr. Records, a
Monsieur
vinyl shop owner
Records,
with a rhythmic
propriétaire de
imagination.
magasin de vinyle. Ok. Trop bien le dessin. Paladin. Ok, c'est un rythme.
Good morning.
Saya.
Ok. Non, on conseille les disques. Ok, Switch 2. Ah, il est que exclu Switch 2. Enfin, il n'y a que sa console. Après, sur ce PC. Voilà. Les autres, allez voir. Ah, si j'y suis. Pour une fois.
Nope. In fact, here's a world premiere for an anime-inspired indie game with jaw-dropping pixel art.
Ok, world premiere. Ah, elle est bien. Faut voir en jeu game. Ok, j'aime bien. Cap au vent. Ok. Ouais, ben là il est que sur The Last. Bon voilà, les prochaines je vais mettre. Oula! Ça m'a fait surprise. Merci Queen pour le raid.
And now we've got a
beaucoup.
gameplay presentation for Into the Wind, a dreamy delivery simulator
Bienvenue,
where
on
you pilot a
regarde,
sentient motorcycle.
merde, le game, les annonces, voilà, de la Gamescom, là c'est le futur game show. Ah, ça s'est bien passé. Ah, ça s'est bien passé, ton.
Where you take over your missing uncle's delivery firm and drive, fly and run deliveries together with your trusty
Ton
sentient
live.
motorcycle plane Hermes.
Hop.
Let's get started.
Je vais y arriver. Hop.
We are saving up for some
Est-ce que
engine
c'est
upgrades
bon?
for Hermes for a race in a few days. So let's go down to town and see if we can find some packages to deliver. Different types of cargo affect driving and flying
Ça va
in different
bien.
ways, and more challenging deliveries means more pay for your efforts. Today, we're looking for something fairly chill.
Voilà. Est-ce que ça le fait?
This red sign means they're
Oh,
looking
bah,
for
ouais,
some
liste.
delivery help.
Voilà.
Let's see what they have for us.
Je fais tout manuellement parce que moi j'arrive pas. Celui-là il a l'air sympa ce jeu.
Dangerous. Too lively. Some heavy
9h20 de la. Oh non, mais laisse tomber. J'imagine. Voilà, la dernière fois j'ai fait 12 heures pour finir un jeu que je pensais que je finissais à 6 heures. J'ai bien dormi après. Et heureusement, comment dire. Et c'était chiant à couper, à machin, parce que ça me faisait trop de gigas en rediffusion. Il est sur YouTube, c'est un jeu que j'ai fait sur Combini. C'est un Combini, que tu gères un Combini, il y a une histoire et tout. Il est sur le Game Pass. Et franchement, sympa l'histoire en tout cas. Pas celui-là, hein, l'autre que j'ai fait 12 heures de live. Mais ça a l'air pas mal. Et les petits jeux assez sympas. PC, Switch, etc. Et tout. Tu vois, celui-là, il m'intéresse plus que Death Stranding. Je rigole. En plus, j'ai le 1, je crois, de l'avais eu gratos sur Epic Games. Mais c'est sympa. Bah écoute, ça va, tranquille. Bah, aujourd'hui, depuis hier, je ne live pas, mais voilà, j'ai envie de regarder les événements comme ça. Et puis voilà, on papote. Tranquille. Comme je disais hier, j'ai pu récupérer mon compte Bennett, enfin Blizzard. Du coup, je m'étais fait hacker, je pensais qu'il était aux oubliettes. Et du coup, quand j'ai réinstallé vite Overwatch pour voir et en fait, j'ai retrouvé mon compte avec mes skins qu'il y avait dessus et tout. Enfin, on n'a rien fait sur mon compte en fait. Donc ça va. Donc j'ai resécurisé tout ça. Mais par contre la liste d'amis que j'avais a disparu. De toute façon la plupart, je les aurais virés on va dire. Mais bon voilà. Ouais, à l'occasion on verra. Et oui voilà. Et puis qu'est-ce que j'allais dire?
Into the Wind is coming soon to PC, but you can sign up
Ça a l'air pas mal, Into the Wind. Et puis que demain, peut-être via le Game Pass, il y a le préquel, le nouveau, la Résonance. C'est un préquel, peut-être faire. Et qu'est-ce que et puis voir comment je pourrais télécharger sur la suite 2 pour tester le Call of. On est à faire 4. Enfin, le multi, quoi, la bêta ouverte.
Before the shattering plunged it into
darkness. Ni moins.
The crown of creation, guarding the memory of all things.
Donc voilà.
wielding shards of great legacy, the lost lands could rise once more, to be explored, to be claimed. But
j'ai trop de jeux que je veux faire en fait.
forest vows, the greed
Mais pas le compte en banque avec. Ça a l'air sympa, mais il n'y a pas de gameplay. Bon, c'est le 3, je ne connais pas les précédents. Kingdom. Ah si, du coup. Ok, ah sympa. Early in-game footage, donc c'est une early. Voilà, ils ont montré, voilà. Donc il est tout multiplateforme.
Reclaim the land in Kingdom 3
Console et
Rising
PC.
Realms, which is coming soon to PC and consoles.
And continuing the fantasy theme, this next game has you catering
Kingdom
for
Hearts
weary heroes in a cozy travel.
Bon, world
Great
premiere.
recipe, actually. You take a
Encore.
red herb, mix it with a green herb, add a little seltzer water, and it fixes everything. Hangovers, chainsaw wounds. Trust me, it's awesome.
Let's hope this place can do better than Raccoon City hospitality.
Quoi? Raccoon City? Ah non, mais... Pourquoi il parle de Raccoon City alors que voilà. Ouais, tu me le rediras à l'occasion. Merci. Je vais pas allumer mon Bennett là. Mais bon. Alors ça, c'est pour gérer une taverne, je pense. Le voilà? Du Blizzard? Non. Ok, tu gères une taverne. Je me sens bien. Ah, il n'y a pas que ça en fait. Oh là là. Il y a trop de choses à gérer pour moi, pour mon cerveau. Ah oui, oui. Trop de trucs à gérer. The Long Rest dans l'univers de Donjons et Dragons. Mais moi, c'est Warlock hier qu'on a vu. Que où t'es des magiciens et tout. Dans l'univers Dragon et Donjons et Dragons qui m'intéresse. Je sais plus si c'était pour l'année prochaine ou pas. C'est celui-là qui m'intéressait. Donc moi dans les jeux j'aime bien être un mage. Ça c'est quoi ça?
I'm Tor Frick and I'm creative director here at Neon Giant working on No Law.
Nolan, bah du coup c'est ce que j'ai eu la newsletter de Crafted. Je crois qu'il est distribué. Wow. Voilà, ouais, bon. Pour ça il y a des trucs que je les note pas. Hein. Ça sert à rien.
Problem, a puzzle, if you will, where we design a solution for playstyle A or playstyle B. We just lay it all out for you in a more loose manner, and we just say, you go have fun.
C'est celui que qui faisait très cyberpunk du coup.
Systems that will just handle whatever you're attempting to do.
Nobody sees him go in.
Par certains trucs, l'aspect, attention.
So in our recent trailer that we showcased at ONL, we wanted to showcase how the player can approach playing the game in various different ways. It doesn't matter if you want to play the game balls to the wall, guns blazing, or shotgun to the face, or if you want to tinker more with explosives, hacking, any of those things are viable ways to play the game.
Là du coup on l'a un peu plus avec les devs.
We also want the game to narratively react to how you are playing.
Je pense qu'il peut intéresser celui-là. Pas moi personnellement, mais des gens.
Humor, attitude, spectacle, in the sense that there literally is no governing set of laws. There are rules, there are consequences, which fit right into our gameplay of whatever you do, there will be follow-ups, there will be consequences, which is very exciting for us.
Et d'ailleurs j'ai pensé à Nico hier parce qu'il y avait un espèce de jeu où tu conduisais des camions et tout ça, donc je sais plus le titre que c'était. Voilà. Il avait l'air sympa.
But just make sure that it's super interesting and super rewarding to explore. This is a kind of game where you go into an apartment.
Peut-être il passera là encore.
Like what happened here? We don't want the world to feel overwhelming. We want it to feel big, but we are much more interested in making something that feels layered and dense,
where the player, on the way to that apartment, is like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna investigate this missing person. And you go like, ooh, wait, there is something around the corner. I can see that there's a door ajar in this apartment building, and there's like a dead body in there, but I can't get in.
Okay.
How do I get in? We want that kind of distraction where, as you're moving on your feet through the city, if you see an open balcony, you can probably get up there.
And again, we're not
Je crois qu'il y a
telling
une scène l'année
you
prochaine,
how
lui.
or where
Enfin,
to go, but we want you to kind of choose your own approach, choose your
Ouais,
own
ma
play style, and
newsletter.
choose how to get there.
The guns are big and heavy. You know, if they jam, you know, it's the kind of gun that you can hit someone over the head with, right? Like, we want that feeling everything we do in the game. No matter if it's, you know, the chunky computers to the, you know, the
Et leur
weapons,
autre truc, c'est DAD.net. Il y a une liste d'attente fermée pour le
And a
FPS
mantra we had from
roguelike
day one was, if 100 people play this game,
PUBG.
there should be 100
Bon, bref,
different user
c'est un autre
stories.
truc.
We really want this to be your story. We don't want to force you into telling you, and this is how Gardner solved all the problems. It's much cooler if you tell us, how did you do it? So every single NPC in the entire game can be
En tout
killed.
cas,
Not saying
l'ambiance
you
c'est
should,
sympa.
But death is always permanent. So if you kill a shop owner, that shop is pretty much effed
No
and
low.
has to close down because there's no staff around.
If you take out
Ah oui,
every
quand
single
même.
weapon vendor in the city,
Elle a
you
explosé.
no longer have a way to buy guns.
This can definitely put you in certain predicaments as far as knowing what to do. So we have put one safeguard in place, is that if you kill some of the absolutely most major characters, the game will tell you, it's like, just so you know, you did this. You're free to continue your adventure, but this character won't be able to help you. Are you sure you want to carry on? And that's just our way of saying, it's your responsibility now. You can't go on Reddit and say, I don't know what to do.
No Law is coming to PC and consoles
Ok,
in 2027.
PC console en
Thank you so much, and
2027.
enjoy the rest of the show.
A lot of stories about how you operate.
C'est Road King,
Are
merci.
they all true?
Voilà, c'était encore la Nico. Regarde, c'est un jeu de camion qui peut être intéressé. Xbox, PS5, PC et Epic Best.
Thank you to the
Bien
folks at
entendu.
Neon Giant for that window into the world of No Law. Wishlist it now because it's coming to PC and consoles in 2027.
And let's keep things moving with an action game set
Un
in
jeu
the
d'action.
Warhammer universe.
Here's the latest trailer for Age of
Ah,
Sigmar
dans l'univers
Deathmaster,
Warhammer.
a Metroidvania where you play as a sneaky little Skaven.
Ouh, la DA, il est bizarre. Ouais. Il est pas bizarre, mais ah, ok. C'est un rat. On joue un rat. Ou je sais pas quoi. Alpha. Hein. C'est une version alpha. C'est original. Je suis dans la pénombre, avec la petite lumière. Je peux pas me lever, je peux pas faire pause et repartir. C'est en direct. Enfin, indirect. Mais bon, c'est pas grave. Non, mais c'est sympa. Hein. Par contre, est-ce que c'est linéaire ou c'est comme un roguelike, enfin un Metroidvania, pardon, là. Deathmaster 2027. Bah, il est multiplateforme, donc.
Rise through the ranks of the Ratmen in Warhammer Age of Sigmar
Console et PC.
Deathmaster, which is coming to PC and consoles in 2027.
Now, fair warning.
Ouais, c'est pour ça, quand c'est les vues comme ça, j'ai.
That's right, Ritual
Voilà,
Tides is set on a remote British
Metroidvania,
island full of Lovecraftian
Castlevania,
creatures.
enfin bon, bref,
And
de
the
toute façon,
team
c'est
at
le
Verkmate
l'ancien
have put
Goblet, c'est
together
le style.
one
De toute façon.
hell of a trailer.
Ça,
You're
c'est
into the grand
Ritual.
finale, Ange.
Un jeu que j'avais adoré faire. Hein. Un jeu d'horreur, je pense, non? Génial. Elle a un cul nu.
How very interesting. Please, come.
Join us.
Oh. Thanks.
Merci. Oh. Je croyais qu'elle avait un truc sur la tête, la personne, mais non, en fait, c'est sa tête. Mais qu'est-ce que Ne jugeons pas les gens. Et de dos, avec son tablier, je pensais qu'elle avait bien les fesses à l'air. Mais tu ne dis rien hein, quand c'est 3 secondes. Hein. Et quand tu zoomes, tu restes en gros plan. Ah, il n'y a que elle qui l'a l'air. Oh, super l'araignée. Oh putain. La mouette, elle avait l'air affamée. Hein. Je préfère l'araignée qu'à ce truc. Ah bah ça va faire les gens qui craignent les araignées. Je sais pas ce que c'était, mais il était en train de se nourrir, pardon. Ritual Trades. Ok. Pas de plateforme. Enfin, sur mon PC déjà, de base. Ouais, déjà. Switch, wishlist now. Mettre sur la liste d'envie de Steam. Ah, il est sur console aussi, mais je pense que ce sera PS5 et Xbox, pas sur Switch.
Ange, what's going on? I thought this was the end of our show.
What is this place? Looks like an abandoned toy factory. Oh, they're building something big out there.
Oh, whatever it is, I think we're trapped. Listen, so while you guys watch our final trailer, let's me and you look for some animal medallions, chest plugs, precinct keys, I don't know.
Oh, a crank. There's always
Je
a
trouve
crank.
qu'ils jouent bien, les présentateurs.
Enjoy.
Faut pas surjouer. World Premiere. Ah. Ah, il y en a plein qui pensaient, je crois, c'est un nouveau Playtime, là. Avec les mains, là. Ouais. C'est ça. Ouais, je pourrais pas, moi. Je vous mourrai toutes les 3 secondes. Ah, avec les amis. Multi. Mais j'ai l'impression, hein. Avec les amis. C'est pas solo. Parce que je sais plus si tous les épisodes sont sortis. Bon, en tout cas, la poupée, elle est pas très... Mais c'est peut-être un multi dans l'univers. Non, ça n'a rien à voir. Oui, Playtime. Et là, c'est machin Playtime. C'est pas Poppy. Il y a le Playtime. Coming soon. Steam. Voilà. Ouais, c'est ça, dans l'univers. Escape game, en fait. Coop. Ah, mais il y en a, ça va replaire, hein, Gomar, avec ceux qu'elle aime bien jouer à des jeux d'horreur en coop. Même avec Trivia, d'ailleurs, elle fait des trucs. Ils avaient fait un truc là, il n'y a pas longtemps. C'était des pirates. Tu sais, c'est comme l'autre jeu où il faut prendre les trucs, il faut pas les casser, sinon ils perdent de l'argent, mais c'est dans l'univers des pirates. Et il est sorti il n'y a pas longtemps.
And in the meantime, remember to head over to the official Future Game Show Steam page to wishlist everything you saw from today's show. And you can also check out gamesradar.com for all the follow-up intel. I'm Nick Apostolidis.
And I'm Angela Santalbano.
And this has been the
C'est
Future
tout?
Game Show at Gamescom 2026.
Ça finit trop tôt?
Yeah.
Bon, attendez, je reviens, je vais éclairer. Après, je sais plus s'il y a d'autres trucs. D'autres... Ouais, parce que moi, parce qu'il est tôt pour moi, c'est pour ça. Hop, attends, je me mets comme ça. On va pas faire des trucs dégueulasses. D'IA, là, une suggestion. C'est pas des gens que je suis parce que vu que la page elle est pas sur mon Chrome, on va voir s'il y a plein de trucs. Ah bah non, voilà. Non, mais après je sais pas parce qu'en fait il y avait le truc juste avant le truc Xbox. Il y avait un truc sur Xbox tout à l'heure et du coup ils ont dû présenter des trucs Fable et compagnie et du coup j'ai regardé sur un live tout à l'heure. Je savais même pas qu'il y avait ça. Ils ont montré le Tomb Raider que du coup est reporté en février. Finalement, il avait l'air de pas être très opti. Et puis voilà. Attends, qu'est-ce qu'on peut regarder? Bon après, on aurait pu revenir sur les trucs, mais c'est vrai que bon, il n'y avait pas grand-chose. Je regarde s'il y a des trucs. Tiens, oui, on peut regarder, tiens. Allez, hop. Attends. Par contre, il faut que je l'ouvre avec l'autre truc qui est capturé. Merde. Elle est où ma page? Je vois plus. Attendez, on va regarder Xbox parce que du coup, ça dure 1 heure. Ah, c'est sur le site de Game Awards. Attendez. Thank you. Alors déjà, thank you, on dirait que c'est la fin. Attends, hop. Alors, on va regarder Xbox. Oh non, merde, je suis con. Il a mon truc. Bah non, je suis con. C'est bon. J'ai pas... Il faut que je rouvre ça. Je vais le fermer. Hop. Vas-y. Ça dure 1h41. Alors, attends, on va faire comme ceci. Normalement, je vais regarder. Parce que je sais pas si... T'as regardé du coup ou pas? Alors, attends. Hop, mode machin. Ou jeu. Oui, je dirais, tu vois mon truc. Ok, normalement, c'est bon. Hop. Bon. Bah ouais, moi j'ai vu qu'après, en fait, à un moment donné, en fait c'était à 16h. Non, demain, par contre, c'est Capcom. À 16h apparemment. Chill, machin, machin. À la limite, tu vois, ça m'arrange demain. De toute façon, je fais un live et à 23h, je coupe parce qu'après, il y a la finale de Drag Race. Alors, du coup, bon, bah, je change le titre. Attends, 2 secondes. Juste un truc. On peaufine le truc. Xbox. On va faire comme ça. Comme ça, en rediff, j'aurais juste à enlever les commandes à côté, là, quand je le remettrai. La Big Boss et Game Show. Tac, voilà, comme ça, c'est fait. Parce que moi, du coup, j'ai vu que par morceau, en fait. Hop, et voir vite fait. Alors, tac, tac. On met comme ceci. Ah, il date d'il y a 3 mois. Ah merde, tu m'as mis un vieux truc. Mais merci, hein. Non, je rigole. T'es pas obligé en plus de me chercher les trucs. Oui, parce qu'il non, il y a marqué, il date d'il y a 2 mois, pas ouais, 2 mois, c'est ce que tu as marqué. Xbox. Attends. Il est où le truc? Pardon. Hop. Xbox Showcase, non. Gamescom. Après, s'il n'y a pas, pas grave, tant pis du coup. Attends, je suis en train de chercher. Alors, je m'en fous. Enfin, je m'en fous. C'est ça, il est là. C'est bon, j'ai trouvé. Mais est-ce qu'il y a... Attends, non, j'ai une rediff de IGN, donc non. Quoique c'est... Ah, c'est pas sur la chaîne IGN d'ailleurs. Non, même pas. En plus, non, c'est bon, je l'ai là, mais est-ce que j'ai une version française? C'est bon, ça s'est fini il y a 1 heure, donc bah forcément ça suivait. Donc c'est bon. Où il y a du Dungeon, du Forza Horizon et du truc et le faible. Alors attends. Et donc je regardais Xbox FR. Mais ça m'étonne hein, qu'il y ait un truc. Là, hop. Il y a beaucoup de blabla. Ouais, bon, comme ça, je zapperai. Donc, FR signé demain. Et demain, ils vont parler de Call of, de je sais pas quoi, et d'un autre jeu encore. Il y a marqué à venir. Et de toute façon, bon, de toute façon, que ce soit FR ou pas, de toute façon, il y a marqué anglais. Donc, bon, c'est pas grave. Enfin, c'est pas grave. Je me comprends quand je dis ça. Pourquoi on va regarder. Merde, pourquoi il veut pas quand je clique sur le truc? 1, 2, et demain, c'est à 16h aussi. Hop. Ah, ils font chier. Ça va dire 4 heures. Ouais, moi, en fait, par contre, ils sont chiants. Xbox, là, ils m'ont marqué. Je suis obligé de me connecter à mon compte parce que je mets sur un autre navigateur. Il faut que je sois connecté à mon compte pour que je puisse mettre lecture. Alors que tout à l'heure, Game Show, il m'a pas saoulé avec ça. Tant pis, ce qu'on va faire, ben... Hop, on va faire, ben... Avec celui-là. Hop. Ouais, je vous après de toute façon. Ah, attends, je vais reconfigurer. Je vais reconfigurer. Et... hop. Mode studio. Parce que du coup, c'est pas... Le logo, ça sert à rien. Alors. Bah en fait 4 heures, mais en fait là la vidéo il est marqué, ça commence, en fait ils ont commencé il y a 30 minutes, donc en fait il faut enlever une demi-heure sur la vidéo que j'ai trouvé. Hop. Tac. Voilà. Parce que là je vais pas attendre 27 minutes, hein, qu'on n'est pas en direct. On n'est plus. Alors. Donc ils présentent leur nouvelle console hein, qui va sortir en présentation là-bas avec un lecteur. Et je dis ouais, du coup il y a un truc avec Wolverine présenté.
Back at the Xbox showcase in June, one of the many cool
La
things that we
traduction.
unveiled was the Xbox 25th anniversary collection with a translucent green
Pas du
Xbox
tout.
Series X and Xbox wireless controller. And this limited edition collection celebrates 25
Bah offrez-moi là, je viens jouer avec.
time flies. But since then, I think it's fair to say that fans have been eager to learn.
Bon, on va passer un peu.
You wanted to share?
Ah, elle est désossée là. C'est la version, la console désossée. Elle est jolie hein.
I'm not going to give any of them away.
Come on. Fine.
That's up for you at home to, once you get this, just explore. You'll find some really special things. Blue, green, and yellow.
La manette est jolie aussi, avec les boutons d'origine.
Back, I don't know if you can see that. We have the original Xbox logo. Yes, that's
Bah oui, toute ouverte. Là, l'ancien logo.
The controller S actually had the ABXY, but it had the.
Bon alors, hop. On va passer, on va voir le jeu qu'il y a. Est-ce que je laisse les sous-titres ou pas?
With a jaunt through Germany unlike any other. But then we swap the pickaxe for a sword with an all-new game demo for Minecraft Dungeons 2. But Minecraft Dungeons
Demain il y a 16h et demain je crois il y a Capcom. À la limite là lui je pourrais regarder en rediff. Capcom je crois c'est à 16h.
Is truly the best place to play. But first, you're a raccoon leading a gang of trash pandas in all-out mischief and mayhem. Yeah, it's our first world premiere of the day.
Attends. J'ai trop avancé. Ok. On joue un raccoon. C'est quoi ça? Ah, il faut s'échapper, sinon l'exterminateur nous enlève. Donc je pense qu'un joueur doit jouer l'exterminateur et les autres les ratons. Dans la logique. Free friend. Ok. Allez. Oh putain, des poules. Ok. La LMG. Sur l'intelligence, c'est raccoon. Ça sort quand ce truc? Which Last Know. Décembre 2026. PC et Game Pass. Voilà. Ah bah il y a le chapeau unicorne, il faudra que je l'essaye. C'est le cas. Crazy Taxi.
From the moment you land, you'll be met with breathtaking views, fairy tale vistas, modern amenities, and cities full of historical charm.
Ah mais si.
And there's no better way to explore this vibrant land than by car. Experience historic villages, modern art, delicious sausages, fantasy castles.
C'est pas un remake, c'est un nouveau. Je crois. Hein.
Pointier castles. The charm and atmosphere of the natural beauty is only beat by the colorful locals you'll run into along the way. These interactions can be quite magical. Naturally, no trip to Germany would be complete without a visit to the famous Autobahn. So, what are you waiting for? Explore Germany today. Auf Wiedersehen.
Germany. Xbox, ok. Maintenant, PC. Et il sort sur PC. Il y a celui-là qui sort le... J'avais fait le premier à l'époque, en plus j'avais joué encore avec des gens. J'avais joué au premier, Dungeon... Minecraft Dungeon. Je me rappelle. Ah, ton micro marche plus, madame. Voilà, c'est bon. Et il sort bientôt.
When it premiered back in 2020, Minecraft Dungeons was called the perfect introduction to dungeon crawlers for beginners and a breezy adventure for veterans, and a great couch co-op. So here to bring us the next chapter in Minecraft Dungeons, please welcome Minecraft Dungeons 2 creative director Mons Olsen, executive producer Andreas Skoglund, and production director Nathan Rose. It's lovely to have you here, guys. Collectively, how are we doing? Thumbs up?
Doing great. So good.
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Amazing. Right. So Mons Hans, I'm going to come to you first, and I'm going to ask you potentially the most important question of the whole day, okay?
Alors, je vais regarder combien de personnes qui va passer derrière et faire coucou à la caméra.
Okay, so Minecraft Dungeons 2 is an action RPG set in the world of Minecraft. You fight familiar enemies and new enemies. You collect lots of treasure, and you can do all of that together. So you play
Moi, j'aime bien le 1.
Either in couch co-op or online play, or just mix the two together.
And co-op's a huge element of the title, right? Yeah, amazing. And we're seeing such amazing footage here that we've seen already. But one of the things I really want to dive into, because we have a live demo today, how very exciting, is the character customization, because this has evolved quite a bit since the previous.
Ah, il y a une démo. Ah oui, mais
So
sur
we're
place,
seeing
oui.
the new inventory here. There's a few things that we have done to it. The armor slot has been split up into one from the first game into 4 slots.
Love
helmet, chestplate, leggings, and boots to
just
match
like Minecraft.
regular Minecraft.
Yeah, and just more loot gubbins to
Exactly.
pick up.
More loot, more ways to customize.
Exactly.
We've added a new item slot called talismans. And talismans give you passive bonuses that specialize you in a particular playstyle. So if you want to customize your playstyle, you equip these. You see that some of these have experience, so if you go up to one of the equipped ones, they level up with you. So as you play the game, as you invest more time into it, these talismans upgrade and become stronger. And for example, there is the Tasty Bone, which gives you a wolf companion that fights alongside.
Good, he's back. I'm very happy. And you can switch these in and out to match the playstyle, yeah?
Yeah.
I know that's a huge emphasis for you guys. Is, again, when you go in to choose a character, you choose the design of the character rather than a class type that you.
Exactly. We have this idea that you are what you wear.
Oh, I love that, Mons. That's beautiful.
So Nathan is going to go upgrade some of his loot at the blacksmith. Some of these have slightly lower item power, so if you just want to bring them up.
Beef them up a bit.
And at the blacksmith, you can also, like, the gear spawns with random effects, and you can swap those out as you like. So you can spend this special currency called the Echo Shards to re-roll your effects that you have on your gear to specialize your character.
So you can still grind for like the legendary style, like the look of the loot that you want, but then you can come back here and refine it with this additional currency. Wonderful. Okay. So what are we going for here? What are the options?
Oh, I
Le
think
premier était
we
sorti
have a
sur
build
Switch.
that has a little bit
Dis
of
pas de
everything set
bêtises.
up.
Okay.
Your
Regarde.
okay. You. So the melee weapon here is unique. It's a very powerful item that has additional like melee boosts of different kinds. You have a set of feet that buff like companions, so things like the wolf.
Yeah.
Do you want to go look at some enchantments, Nathan?
Ooh, yes, definitely. So talk us through the enchantments. If there's anyone who hasn't played the first one, how does that work in the world of Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons?
Right. So to further specialize your gear, you can put enchantments on it. So you collect enchantment books out in the world. This is a change from the first game,
of course,
where you had enchantments built into your gear, and now instead you collect these books and you can apply them as many times as you like to whatever gear that you want. So, Nathan, take your pick.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Inner Mines on my main hand weapon.
And what does that do? Weapon attacks deploy 2 mines that explode in proximity. Ooh, that does sound very good. Great ag control on that.
And so now, whenever he does jump attacks, also new to the game,
Ooh, okay.
or combo attacks, swing multiple times,
Ooh, that looks awesome.
then you'll see these elements pop up.
And as a personal favorite, I could also see on the bar at the bottom that
Ouais,
that
il sort sur
firework
Switch 2.
arrows are back, right?
They are indeed.
They are my favorite thing. So I played this game obsessively with my family.
Donc il sort le 29 septembre, du coup. Il est sur PC, Steam, Xbox Series, forcément, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch et Nintendo Switch 2. Ok.
Let me know if it sticks in the office.
No, it's
I
good,
imagine
it's good,
it doesn't,
it's good.
but
We'll
yeah,
let that.
I loved it. And
should we head out into the world and get a few more players in?
All right, let's join.
That'd be great.
So we're gonna travel to an outpost in the forest area here, and then
I'll start. I'm gonna choose this guy.
Beautiful. Okay, and me.
Charlie.
Here we go. I'm going to go for you. Lovely.
And I'm going to pick a character as well.
Il est pas cher en plus.
Beautiful. Here we go. Very quickly, that map.
Version standard, il est à 29 €, à 30 balles en fait. Et la Deluxe est à 50 balles.
World is brand new, right?
Right.
Bon, après Game Pass. Hein.
Yeah, Andreas, actually, do you want to talk us through any of the other new elements that are coming along?
Sure. So what we did is that we took the original Dungeons 1 and we listened a lot to the community, what they loved about it, and we smacked the big old layer of freedom on top of it.
Love that.
So we want for
Ouais, ça fait ressemble un peu à l'autre, mais plus jojo.
So Mons talked about,
peut-être.
You are what you wear.
Wow,
So
c'est une
depending
impression.
on how you equip, you can play the game you want to.
Oh, my loot's in the sea. I'll get that later.
And also you have the freedom to explore, because our world is a big interconnected world. So outside of the core quest line, you can do a lot of things in procedural generated dungeons and whatnot. And lastly, we also want dungeons to be, you have the freedom to play it with your friends the way you want to. So we put a lot of emphasis on building out our co-op feature set.
Absolutely. I mean, you had such a huge community that came along. I'm going to nick that TNT, by the way. From the first game, millions and multi-millions of people played. So what was it like
Je
to
regarde
build
si ça a fait
upon
des
that
blabla.
foundation when it came
Au pire des cas, sinon après, je pourrais tester le petit jeu là que j'ai vu sur Iltia, voir ce que ça donne.
About the
Après.
original and use that as a guiding star when you build a game. So really, we wanted to tap into all of those things.
Is there one feature in particular that fans were really
I mean,
wanted the
Mons
most?
mentioned it. We
Oh,
jumping
dear.
is a big one.
En tout cas, il est joli. Il va sortir le 29 septembre.
The game to be approachable for new players to the sub Minecraft genre here.
Ça me dit.
But also have a lot of
Il y a The Witcher 3 aussi qui sort à ce moment-là.
We have actually the
Je sais plus si on avait un animal sur le jeu.
Oh, look at that.
So in the
Hold on, what do I press to get that?
the D-pad up button.
The D-pad up.
Yeah, so in the first game, you had
Ah,
to
c'est vrai que je jouais en
inventory
direct.
management,
You had to
like,
take it
one
in
at a
turns.
time.
Yeah.
And that was some feedback from the community that we really took to heart. Now we have this mini inventory so everyone can manage the gear at the same time.
Oh, yeah, we would rock, paper, scissors in our house as to who got to go first to look through the loot after a fight. That's incredible. I love that.
That's really good.
We also have this guiding line. If you're ever lost in the world, you can just press the button here.
Really
and know where to
accessible.
go. Yeah.
So we're gonna go over to. Oh, you're hitting me with TNT.
that was me.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's another fan favorite.
It's usually a Mons move.
And another improvement in this game is if multiple people revive at once, you revive faster. So that was something we were doing there.
That's really cool. I also wanted to ask as well. So I'm looking at what I've got equipped down here.
Attends, je vois un peu.
Co-op is such an integral experience to Minecraft Dungeons 2. Can you speak a little bit more about what that's like to bring it together and what it means for the title?
Yeah, absolutely. A big change that was made between Dungeons and Dungeons 2 around couch co-op is
Juste c'est pas sous-titré.
Somebody called the Supreme Evoker.
Okay.
But actually, as you get
C'est
here,
un
you
boss.
instead encounter this giant monstrosity to fight. And it's actually quite a challenging fight. This
Mais du
video
coup,
is
on
making
peut
it
jouer à
look easy.
4 au maximum.
But yeah, like that easy beating.
Parce que j'en
I mean, it was a
comprends,
great
parce
fight. It
que
was
je vois
really fun. And I
l'interface.
felt like everyone, you're missing out. We had some great call outs as well.
Ah,
Everyone
il
looking
y a
at each
un
other. I throw the
succès.
TNT and everything. So again, the co-op comes perfectly into there.
Hop,
We're all
passe un
excited.
peu.
Are there any last
Ça c'est quoi? Attends, on va remettre comme ça.
War E-Day drops later this year, but first, let's keep the party going with another world premiere.
World Premiere. Ça c'est quoi?
Know you what it is to behold the world's ending? To know the hour, the blood, the flame.
Et d'ailleurs, j'ai vu du coup, comme c'est une box, une collab avec The Witcher et Diablo. Enfin, The Witcher et Diablo ensemble dans le jeu Diablo.
To save the 9 realms.
Ouais.
Wield the powers of the gods. Twist fate with the
Ok.
throw of your dice.
Bon, après, c'est pas trop mon type de jeu, mais ça.
The defenders of... Huh? Oh, it's hard to do it alone. Then rise in Valhalla.
Ah, on peut jouer en solo ou en coop.
And fight together. Show the spawn of Loki why. You never bet against the gods.
Boss. En 2027. Xbox et
Well,
PC.
it's a big year for Xbox, and we've got a lot going on here at Gamescom. We're celebrating 25 years of gaming, which is apt as we've got 25 games on the show floor here and more than 40 games in this show for all of you at home to enjoy. We got hands-on gameplay and looks at some of the most iconic franchises in entertainment. And here with me today is Xbox's expert on the next generation of new tech. Now, I think I prefer him by his other title, Master of Beards. None other than Jason Ronald himself. Welcome, Jason. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm so excited to be here at Gamescom. Thank you so much for having me.
No, of course. You've been to quite a few now. Is this number 10, right, for you?
Yeah, you know,
Voilà,
I
ça
love
annule la
coming to
bâche,
Europe,
désolé.
and you know, not only is it Europe, but Germany is so important to everything that we do. And so, it's as you said, it's really about our community. This is
Il
really
y a pas de
just when
gameplay,
you
je
think of
regarde.
it in Xbox.
Fighters, this feature begins.
Not be.
Hop.
And brush up on your knowledge of
Alors,
ancient
Where
China.
Well
Where
Meets.
Wins Me,
C'est pas
an
le jeu que j'avais
open-world
essayé là.
action RPG, is sporting a new expansion, sure to delight fans
Il y a
everywhere.
trop de
So
trucs.
take a look.
The black gold is in there.
Let's go.
Ah, le jeu s'il te plaît, ça. Je sais que tu peux avoir des skins en plus sur le Game Pass, je crois.
At last, I've
Hmm.
got you.
Mais il doit y avoir un supplément, ils ont du contenu supplémentaire. Hein. Même si on... Je suis pas rejoué depuis longtemps, quoi.
Last time you had a drunk.
Hein?
This time a cripple.
Last time, you ambushed
C'est moi
us.
où les voix sont en désynchro
Today, we set the trap.
ou je sais pas.
Knowing that the
Non?
Lone Star Swordmaster wanted the black gold, how could I
Bizarre.
not be ready? Ever since that day, my only goal has been to find you,
Ah oui, c'est bon.
to kill you myself.
After all this time, you've still learned nothing. Serving yourself up like this. What a tragic waste.
Là, elle a pris son apparence.
Sacrifice.
Pour ça, au début, je disais merde, c'est qui? Je ne gêne pas, mais je comprends. Ok, gameplay. Un nouveau boss. Peut-être. Il y en avait un autre, je me rappelle plus. Testé. Je sais même pas s'il existe toujours. Un autre jeu aussi pareil. Qui était mes multi. Par contre. Très stylé. Voilà. Là, j'aime bien avec la faux. Pardon. Oula. Merde. Voilà, je m'étais muté. Je pète pas mon micro. Voilà. Deuxième phase. Eh bien. En fait, le truc, c'est qu'on voit même pas la barre de vie. Je sais pas combien de coups il faut lui donner à elle. On va avoir tout le combat en fait. Ah. Hop. Oula. Finished.
Skyward City is moving. Artificers, what do you want?
I
see now. That old rat played me. Used me as a pawn.
You won't get away!
If we take flight, the black gold will destroy the city.
Ok. Ok. Oh, ils ont été 100 millions à jouer. Ok, ça vient le 1 septembre. Ok, bah du coup c'est un nouveau point d'histoire. C'est pourquoi ça.
Welcome. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Now, you obviously had
Locust Commander, you know, in the
Ah, c'est pour
Army.
EA.
If you look closely, you can see that he's got a lot of chagrin
Oh là
on
là,
his
ça va pas.
face. You know, he's missing an eye. He's got burns on his arm. So all that happened during the
Gear of
Wars.
War.
So he's seasoned. He has kind of a private army that follows him around.
Mais bon, moi, Xbox, PC
So
ou machin.
they're, you know, into self-mutilation. There's lots of really
Moi, leur
kind of
doublage,
nasty
voilà.
stuff that they do to themselves and to the citizens of Sarah.
Si c'est comme Halo, Tinia ou truc bizarre, mal fait.
He's like the personification of the brutality
La trace à moi.
and the actions that they do. They just want to kill everything they see.
Putain, j'ai passé voir si on voit du gameplay.
You're supporting another squad, going toe to toe. To what's, you know, there's a meal
Oui,
that
joli.
someone was eating when
Donc lui, par
Locust
contre, c'est
came
une
out of the
exclue
ground,
console.
to more complex set pieces where there's a bunch of dead bodies.
Une exclue
and maybe they
console.
got dragged somewhere. So,
Et pourtant, dans le Xbox,
it does pay to slow down just a
un
little
peu
bit
sur mon appli.
while you're playing the game and look around and just
Il me,
really take in all
il
the
me
detail
mettait
that
sur
we really
le
love putting
truc
into the
Game
game.
Pass.
You can also see in
Oh
shots like
merde,
that where you
faut
get glimpses of
connecter.
this whole city, which we built. We built the whole city, which
Ça va
is
être
really
chiant.
cool. And there's this battle
Donc,
going on everywhere, right? So you see helicopters go by, you crisscross
Ah,
with
c'est
other
bon.
squads, which is what's happening in this mission.
Là,
Just
c'est
this kind of
Face ID.
vibe that there's
Ah,
always
d'accord.
a battle sort of raging across the city, and you're just weaving your way through it.
Yeah. I think also one of the things we do have to touch on, and you'll see this throughout the gameplay you're watching, it's like the destructible environment. It looks incredible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Gears has always had destructible cover in it. We've taken it to a few different
En
steps
tout cas,
here. You know,
ouais.
you see some larger buildings come down at
tient
at
pas,
different moments in the game. just to make you constantly realize that not only is the immediate area around you, having a battle in it, but the entire city. Whether it's a block away, you can hear gunfire, you see a building go down, you see a little block of a street go down. It's all happening live as you play the game.
Now, everything we're watching right now is single player, but Gears fans always want to know about co-op.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, of course. So co-op is near and dear to our hearts. I think it's one of the unique things that Gears has sort of woven into every part of it. You know, our story is about squads overcoming the odds together. We've got modes like Horde Siege that are about multiple squads of 4 coming together.
Disponible Game Pass le 6 octobre.
So campaign's got 4-player online co-op, 2-player split screen on console. All 4 players in the squad are playable, all 4 characters.
Sur Game Pass, PC, console.
But it just sort of comes to life when you're there with a friend, you know, your ride or die buddy like Marcus and Dom. A lot of our mechanics sort of come to life a little bit more in terms of our enemies, obviously TVNO and a bunch of other stuff. It's a great experience.
Yeah, you see it a few times.
J'ai juste les skins console Xbox.
Yeah, different kinds of it, right? We have the rusher enemy that'll pin you, and he'll be on top of you, so your buddy can come and stab him in the neck, or if you're playing with someone real, they can shoot him from far away. There's all sorts of examples like that.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hop on with the rest of the Xbox One team. There's all 4 of us kind of flying our way through. It's going to be a lot of fun. But one of the other things in what I really like about Gears is there are multiple ways you can approach scenarios. Like this is a bit more of a linear mission that you've said in the past. But what ways are people going to be able to approach different situations they're going to come across?
Yeah, so this is definitely a little bit more of a linear mission, but even within this mission on this bridge, you know, we've added a bunch of verticality. It opens new flanking routes. You can climb up cars and trucks. And then this mission specifically, the beginning of Act 2, is sort of leads into this other part of Act 2 on the other side of the stadium that you catch a glimpse of in our campaign preview, where the world opens up a little bit.
Si vraiment j'ai envie de le faire.
Multiple city blocks. There's a bunch of battles, like I said,
Et du coup, j'avais fait le 5. Je pense qu'il y en a certains qui ont moins aimé, j'ai bien aimé. Et le remaster, je sais plus ce que c'était. J'avais joué vite fait, mais ma console, ma manette déconnait. Elle faisait mal. Fonctionnait pas. Du coup, j'ai pas pu trop jouer. Donc à voir si je le referai un jour.
What kind of mods are people going to be able to get their hands on, and how is that going to impact the weapons that they're using?
Well, it's a variety of mods, and some of them do little tweaks to the weapons. You know, they change the clip size or your range, so you can just tweak it to your preference. But some of them are like full-on attachments, like you can take an Asher and slap a bayonet on it.
Yeah, so it's been really fun exploring. You know, when you use an attachment. Some of them have visual representations on the gun, some of them don't, but you end up seeing people with different attachments. The guns take a little bit more personality, and you start to understand how people like to play and what they like to do with their guns.
Yeah, I also like it goes for the gear as well, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how are people going to be able to find those kind of mods to upgrade their equipment?
In the campaign, that's where the open sections really sort of come to life. There's a variety of ways you can get it. It pays to explore this game. You know, Ari was talking about there's a ton of environmental storytelling, but we've also hidden stuff around the world, collectibles, mods. We also have side objectives in some of our campaign missions where you can stop to help somebody optionally, another set of gears, some people that are trapped, and you get rewards for those as well. So it's really up to you. If you want to mainline it and do the main objectives, that's cool. You'll find some mods. If you want to fully explore the game, you'll find even more and even more
quand qui était sorti le remaster.
I'm really excited for that because you can just spend that extra time discovering the world if you want to.
Good surprises out there.
I'm looking forward to finding them. Now, we've just had our first look at the Boomer, and he is way bigger than people maybe used to.
Yeah, vous avez mis des lights dans Game Pass.
On the show floor here. People are taking pictures with, and you stand next to him. So in the game, the Boomer's 9 feet tall. This is quite a bit bigger than the Boomer's traditionally been in Gears. This goes back to this idea where we wanted to take the things people remember and amplify them a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it also introduces fun ways for him to enter the battlefield. There you can see he breaks through this big truck this tanker trailer that causes a bunch
Demain.
of fire and
J'espère,
explosion. But
normalement,
he also does
Résonance
that 50
devrait
doorways. So if
arriver
he's
à
coming
bien
through a
gérer
traditional
mon
door,
PC.
he has to bust
Enfin, mon
his way
PC, bon,
So
bref.
that just makes it a little more exciting when he makes an entrance.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm fine. He's 9 foot, he
gear.
can't get through here, and he just smashes it
Exactly.
through.
Yeah.
No, I've got to say his weapon as well, because we all know the boom shot.
Yeah.
Right. This is like even bigger.
It's a bigger boom shot. Yeah, like the Locust, when we were going back and looking at revisiting old weapons, we always wanted to see if there was something else we could do. So we've got like the prototype Lancer. We've got the heavy boom shot. Means you're really committing to carrying a rocket launcher around instead of
Hollywood, c'était
It's also
celui-là.
opened up opportunities for us to add new weapons like the gut puncher, the cog grenade launcher.
Yep.
It's like a little
Ils
more
avaient
skill use to the boom
ressorti.
shot. You can time where your grenades go.
C'était
So
quand
everything
ça
kind of
d'ailleurs?
found a new
Bah, l'année
place.
dernière en août.
And we got to make some cool variations of weapons people have seen
Et le
before.
Wild.
I love the breach shot as well. I think I was like
Fan favorite.
It's one of my favorite guys.
it's
Yeah.
such
Donc le
Super
premier.
satisfying.
And the active reloads is popping up on screen there. I just wanted to go through a couple things because there's two features, right? One, it's in a different place
Fait
than
10
some
balles.
fans may know, but also
Sinon, il est dans le Game
bullets
Pass.
are appearing a little
Inclus
bit
dans le
earlier.
Game Pass
Yeah.
Premium.
We put the active reload down in the center screen. We found through our testing that,
Ouais,
for a
il doit
lot of
être au
people,
moins
some
sur
returning
PC
fans,
aussi.
especially new fans, they just use it way more. If you're an old fan and you like it up and where it was, and that's your muscle memory, 100%, there's a setting for that. But for some guns, we also have this per shell reload mechanic, like on the breach shot, the Nasher. It's really cool because you can still get your active if you go all the way and you wait for it. But if you need that extra shot to get out of a clutch situation, there's a wretch in your
Okay.
face, or in PvP, a person right up on you, you can pop a load right into them as they come at you.
Yeah, so
Ouais,
it's just
Anne.
like a nice way you can kind of change based on the scenario you find yourself
Exactly,
in.
yeah.
And talking about scenarios you find yourself in, as we've been going through this level,
Après, il n'y a plus rien.
going and joining us,
Je passe un peu. Ça, c'est quoi ça? Ah, ils ont fait des guitares customisées du jeu. Elles sont jolies, hein, surtout celles-là. Bon, on voit même pas ma souris. Celle de gauche, j'aime mieux. Même si j'aime bien la droite avec le rouge. J'aime bien la noire avec l'argenté. Et je crois qu'ils avaient fait la manette. Ils avaient montré qu'elle est pas mal. Bon, 80 balles la manette, mais elle est jolie. Ah, c'est même pas celle-là. Ça, c'est joli pour les collectionneurs. Enfin, ça, je sais pas si les guitares, on peut les acheter, mais...
Yeah, that saw blade just fits right in, yeah.
And the cog, obviously, which ties it to gears, and then we've got the skull, which is kind of like shattered, so that adds that kind of violent, brutal feel.
Ouais.
And then, obviously, moving over to the SG, we've got, this is like leaning into Dom, so this is tapping into the kind of pathos pillar.
Okay.
Which is like sort of more like kind of sad vibes and
Joli.
yeah, so it's just like, and then we've got the angel wings, which is like the nod to kind of like the kind of Maria tattoo, and then that kind of flows to the shape of the SG.
Yeah, it really like fits and forms into the horns there, which is such a nice detail. I mean, how long was this project end to end?
Each guitar probably took about 4.
Because there is.
On va passer un peu.
Because the rest of the booth have on the Xbox booth is Senior Product Manager at the Coalition, Noah Benish, and
Ouais,
GeForce
du blabla.
Evangelist Shane Coon from NVIDIA to chat with us about Gears on
Là, il y a la pub avec Nvidia.
from the Coalition.
Important platform that we're using to bring the most we possibly can to the game.
The PC community is incredibly important to us. I myself am a PC
Le jeu
gamer.
sort
I've
sur
been
PC.
making PC games for my
C'est
entire
juste une exclue
career.
console
And we've built
Xbox.
this game with a PC mindset.
We're trying to push a lot of technology, high detail geometry, heavily using nanite and lumen. We're going to be one of the first titles to use megalights.
Gears of War supports
Alors,
hardware,
la
ray
config
trace,
minimum
lighting,
requis.
shadows, and
RTX
reflections.
on.
This shows up in so many different ways. A great
Regardez,
example
tiens.
is our Pan City. This is an environment that has TVs that have dynamic lighting coming off them and bouncing off the scene.
There's a lot of dynamic elements to the game. I think one of my favorite things is tickers, watching them run through the level. You have this little glowing creature casting dynamic shadows all over the world, casting real-time global illumination, but don't watch them too long, they'll
Alors,
up on you.
It's really noticeable on the muzzle flashes on our guns as you get this burst of flashing light and all the shadows that get cast off it. And we can have dynamic lights that sort of flicker. You can build this sense of tension and use lighting as a tool for visual storytelling and gameplay that we haven't been able to do before.
Real-time reflections is something that's very cool for us. We have some really cool elements in the game that are nice and shiny.
As you shoot glass and see real-time ray-traced reflections and translucency, all of that is dynamic in real time, which of course you wouldn't have with traditional baked lighting techniques.
Ok.
All in all, ray-traced lighting
Minimal, un AMD Ryzen 5 2100X, ou sinon c'est un Intel
And on our ultra spec or our ludicrous spec PC settings, we push ray
et un
tracing
i5,
with
une
higher ray trace
mémoire de
samples, more
vive,
rays, but also RTX mega geometry.
giga,
We're going to be the
minimum une RTX 550 ou une RTX 2060
but there's always been a bit of a discrepancy between what's available for us to happen at raster and what's
et
available
ou
for us
un
to happen with
AMD
ray tracing.
Ryzen
Mega geometry allows us to use the
RX
same level of detail that we're using for nanites as our ray tracing.
6600, moi j'ai une
It
6700
pushes the visual ray
giga.
tracing to a higher level than
Je
we
crois
can
en
achieve
plus ils
with
doivent
Unreal
mettre
Engine's technologies out of the box. You see some of the
Mhm.
examples of foliage or
Ah,
shadow
oui, ils mettent une
detail
RX
that is just
9060.
crisper and has more fine detail in that shadow.
You definitely get a lot more detail in a lot of the rock surfaces. They look just a lot sharper and a lot more correct.
Par contre c'est bizarre, il n'y a que le minimal et pas le
things that were just not possible to
recommandé.
represent with the amount of triangles that we had available to us, all of a
Bizarre.
sudden look really nice.
Our environments are incredibly dense. We
Le
have
jeu
100
pèsera
times
130
the
gigas.
geometric detail in our game than anywhere else. And being able to work with NVIDIA and bring mega geometry to this game really is going to show what games are going to look like in the future.
DLSS and other super
Ah mais non, c'est con. Voilà, ok. Non, non, c'est que machin. Et recommandé, il faut une 5600. Voilà, en fait, le processeur que j'ai. Voilà, recommandé pour le processeur AMD que j'ai, une Ryzen 5 5600 et Intel, sinon, pour ce qui est Intel i5.
Reflex lowers
Ok.
latency and improves the
Donc ça va.
responsiveness of our game.
Une Nvidia RTX 5600, une Nvidia RTX 3660 Ti, vous la recommandez, et AMD Radeon RX 6700, ce que j'ai, mais elle n'est pas excitée la mienne, ou une Ryzen plus haut, RX 9060 XT. Ok, bon, ça va. Mais bon, le PC doit chauffer quand même. Ok, ok, pardon. Où je lisais, hein, les descriptifs, on ne sait
Our
jamais.
benchmark is something that's very important to us. It was something that has always been used by reviewers for years after we ship, and it's something we hope will be that way again.
Hop.
This is a very technically ambitious title, and I think we're going to push
Bon.
hardware for years to come.
Tout ce que-
We've always built our games to showcase the latest technology and push what is
Bon,
possible.
attendez, c'est bon.
And working
Attends,
with
je vais voir.
NVIDIA, who share the same
C'est quoi ça
philosophy with
encore?
us, we've been able to bring features like ray traced lighting, RT.
Ah,
Really
c'est quoi?
excited to see it, so should we get started?
Alors, Alien,
Now I'm ready.
je vais passer parce que sinon, on va mettre 150 ans.
You'll find out very soon.
Little bit hint in the
Je sais,
trailer, but
Alien
we can
des
hop into and check some
Storms.
gameplay out as well.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, hold on. It
Je
will
pensais
come
que c'était un
up.
autre
Here we go.
Alien que
Now,
qui était sur
this
Game
is the
Pass.
Megastorm in full
C'est autre
swing.
chose.
What are we doing here?
Ou alors c'est une
You
extension
play as an
de...
engineer who's been called into an off-world colony. The colony's gone dark. There's no signals coming from it. You think you're there to do a repair job to help sort the colony out, and as you explore, you
Alien.
discover
Il
that
sort
people have
comment
gone
celui-là?
missing. The situation's getting worse. You're trapped there, and it's a desperate fight for survival. Now the game
Dates,
balances, like I said, the
Storms.
combat intensity of like a sort of horror
Donc une
shooter with
sur...
investigation and discovery. So you're, as an engineer, you're kind of exploring the
Il y a
situation,
indéterminé
finding out
pour
what's
l'instant,
happening.
ok.
As you do so, the storm is tearing the place apart. So you're fighting to survive.
Printemps 2027.
Can you break that down a little bit further? further, the engineer's role, that's a pretty specific choice there. How does
Du
that
coup,
come
il est
into
sur
play?
Play, Xbox,
Well, we wanted to give you a framing that
sur
meant that you felt
PC,
like a sort of an everyman doing your best to
puis c'est tout.
survive. So you arrive there with a load of tools, including this giant sort of hammer here. You know, to do a bit of percussive maintenance to try and get the place up and running. So instead of doing traditional objectives where you're told exactly what to do, instead we've got a system that we call Squire that you use to kind of diagnose the situation and figure out what's going wrong. So what we can see here is the player exploring around, testing out the locations, trying to see what's happening and trying to piece
Alors,
together in their head how to tackle the
voilà, bien, c'est
situation.
bien.
So this is a nuclear reactor that's in
Mais
the
j'aime pas que ça
early
ressemble à
stages of
l'autre.
meltdown, and they're going to try
Les
and
autres jeux.
diagnose what's wrong and try and fix it. So the player has to be observant, they have to engage with the environment, piece together clues that kind of frame them as a
Oula.
detective figuring out how to solve this stuff.
Very interesting.
That just scared me. I was not expecting the ceiling to collapse.
Well, good. Yeah.
But I was just having a look at the HUD, right? And like stuff is popping up on the HUD all the time. Can you tell us a bit about that and like
Ah,
what
c'est un
players
robot.
can see on the screen?
Sure. Well, we want to give you lots of experiences.
Putain, je fais ça
So,
un
you know,
peu.
as you're making a lot of noise and you're exploring, you might be attracting unwanted attention. You get a nice long bit of anticipation before the horrors turn up. But the fights and the encounters will be different for every single player.
So it doesn't matter how many times you've gone through it before, you might never be prepared for what's about to happen.
Exactly that.
That's class. Now, looking at the objective as well, right? Right now, we're trying to repair and restore power to the reactor, right? What else is around him? What other kind of resource or enemies are we keeping an eye out for? Because in the trailer we saw a lot.
Oula, c'est
And
quoi ces araignées là?
Yeah. So the player
C'est pas
here's
des
been
aliens,
walking
du coup.
around, attracting attention, and that's spawned some enemies because they heard the sound and they came
C'est autre chose.
to take out the player. Yeah. So there's a balance, there's a tension between scavenging for resources and trying to understand the situation. But you're
Donc
gonna
ouais,
be
ça a l'air
attracting
d'un jeu
attention
quand même
to yourself, so that,
d'aventure,
you know, the fight
réparer les
might get worse.
trucs en haut là.
Is that risk versus reward all the time? You're like,
Ce que je
actually, do I
comprends.
have enough, or should I just go straight for the objective?
Exactly that, yeah.
We saw a couple of different scary looking guys there as well. Have they got different names? What kind of different enemy types can we expect
Yeah,
in
so
Alien
there is a
Desktop?
range of aliens throughout the game. In this demo here, you'll see scuttlers there, you'll see other ones called soldiers, but there's a load more that sort of unlock over the course of the game. But as devs, we don't use space reaction
je pense
myself.
un
But we
peu.
try and make sure it's got a kind of
Ouais, c'est
you
juste
know, clear
expo. Hein.
signposting, clear
Pas grand
exploration,
chose, il n'y a pas
so that you
d'action.
can either explore everywhere for resources, or you can sort of get a quick
Mais ça a l'air
understanding
pas
of where you're supposed to
mal.
explore.
No,
But we leave it completely up to the player.
No, I always like
Non, il y a
It
où,
just
je
kicks
crois
off in
pas.
this space, but the player can still
Il y a d'autres
go further if they
environnements.
choose to. So you've always
Ok.
got the opportunity to like reposition and choose a best place to defend yourself.
Là, ça me fait penser à une map mode zombie de
Here the aliens come in with a lot of notice before they actually arrive, before they
de
start
Call of, parce que ça a fait un truc comme ça avec une plateforme au milieu.
So you've got lots of time to choose
Et ils
a
arrivent
spot
tous les
that you think's
trucs.
defensible.
Bon, c'est différent, mais
Doesn't
c'est
always
le même
work.
principe.
Very smart.
Oh.
Well, that looked pretty busy there. Lots of enemies.
Alors normalement, là, ça va passer de Persona 4
When the clock strikes 12,
qu'ils ont refait. Je crois que le 4 de base, il est...
Not even a kid would believe something that stupid.
Il y est, mais ils ont fait une nouvelle version. Moi, j'ai fait le 3 roulade. C'était chaud, mais j'ai mis du temps. C'était long, mais je l'ai. Je l'ai sur YouTube. Je vous le laisse plus. J'avais bien aimé. Mais le truc, je me suis spoilé toute l'histoire. Parce que une chaîne que je suis qui explique les jeux et...
I'm your shadow, and there's nothing about you that I don't know. I don't believe you.
Mais bon, pourquoi pas. Je crois qu'il est né sur le Game Pass celui-là.
Doesn't it seem like that world in the TV has to be related to Senpai and Yamano's deaths?
Are you saying people who
Il y
appear
a eu
on the
ça en début d'année, je crois. Ouais.
Whatever's going on here, we're getting to the bottom of it.
Et c'était un jeu qui n'était pas traduit en français, Reveal. N'était pas traduit en français, donc le 18 février. Donc Game Pass. Oui, c'est Persona. J'ai peut-être mal articulé, parce que j'ai fait déjà le 3, et c'est le 4, ça. En fait, il existe déjà. Et donc, ils ont refait un peu tout ça. Et je sais plus ce que je disais. Et de base, celui-là, il n'était pas traduit. Il y avait des fans qui les avaient traduits, ils avaient fait une trad textuelle. C'est beaucoup à lire. Il y a beaucoup d'interactions. Et après, là, il y a quelques temps après, du coup, ben, ils ont fait une mise à jour et ils ont traduit leur jeu. Vu qu'ils ont eu des succès avec le 5, etc. et tout ça. Donc forcément, celui-là sera traduit. Donc je sais pas si je le fais ou pas. Il y a le 5 aussi, je crois, il est dans le Game Pass. De toute façon, c'est des histoires différentes. Il y a des personnages récurrents qu'on voit. On va dire qu'il y a un lien. Mais sinon, c'est toujours des bandes de jeunes différentes chaque opus.
シリーズ未経験の方にとっても本作はペルソナというシリーズを最も象徴的に体験できる作品の一つです。地方都市で高校生活を送り、人々との出会い、関係を築きながら一日一日をどのように過ごすかを選択していく。そして日常の裏側にはテレビの中に広がるもう一つの世界が存在しています。そこで仲間との絆が力となって Et
d'ailleurs, ils avaient teasé le... C'est juste un logo et puis basta. C'était... Et je crois conférence d'Xbox de cet été.
It's the picture we took the other day with all the other part-timers.
この物語が描いているのは人が心の奥に隠しているもの、目を背け続けているもの、 そしていつか隠し続けることのできなくなった真実と向き合う瞬間です。こうしたテーマこそが今なお多くの方々に愛され続けている理由の一つだと思います。
Ok. Par contre, il est dur, hein. Donc, du coup, moi j'avais joué en mode facile. Enfin, en 3. Mais j'ai apprécié quand même l'histoire.
静かな田舎町稲葉の佇まい、仲間たちとの何気ない会話が紡ぐ穏やかな日常、そして少しずつ真相へ迫っていくミステリーらしい緊張感、そうした要素こそがペルソナ4の核となるものです。だからこそ私たちはその魅力の本質を大切に受け継ぎながら、現代の技術や表現によって当時感じていただいた体験をもう一度味わっていただけるよう 一つ一つ丁寧に再構築しました。同時に本作は単なるリマスターではなく完全なリメイク作品。リマスターがオリジナルの魅力をそのまま現代に届けるものだとすれば、リメイクはその魅力を受け継ぎながら現代のプレイヤーにふさわしい体験として新たに蘇らせるものと言えるでしょう。私たちが目指したのはペルソナ4ならではの魅力を大切に守りながら 現代のペルソナシリーズが持つ表現力や遊びやすさに本作を新たに蘇らせることでした。
Je sais plus comment ça s'appelle et du coup est sorti sur Switch ou va sortir en novembre.
ユーザーインターフェースの改善やバトルテンポの最適化、
Je sais plus comment il s'appelle, je sais même plus s'il est pas sur le... Mais j'ai pas le jeu en tête. Donc c'est les mêmes développeurs. Alors...
稲葉を訪れる人にも久しぶりにこの街へ帰ってくる人にも自然とこの世界に引き込まれるような体験をお届けしたいと考えています。またキャラクター表現にも徹底的にこだわりました。ペルソナ4においてドラマチックなシーンだけでなく仲間たちと過ごす何気ない日常も非常に重要な要素。仲間同士のたわいない会話、少し気まずさを感じるやりとり、 そして突然訪れる緊張や恐怖、そうしたさまざまな感情の移り変わりをより自然により身近に感じていただけるよう 一つ一つ丁寧に表現しています。
Are you sure about this?
I don't know. But all we can do is trust our instincts at this point.
さらにカメラワークや演出にも細かな調整を加え、何気ない日常のワンシーンであっても登場人物たちの感情がより豊かに伝わるように磨き上げました。ペルソナ4ならではの温かな人間ドラマを大切にしながら、キャラクターたちをこれまで以上に身近に感じていただける作品へと生まれ変わっています。
You're me, and I'm you. When you get down to it, all of this is me.
ペルソナシリーズにおいて音楽は単なる BGM ではありません。作品の空気感を生み出し、物語を彩り、プレイヤーの皆さんの記憶に残るペルソナを語る上で欠かせない存在です。中でもペルソナ4は音楽も多くの皆さんに愛されてきました。だからこそその魅力を損なうことなく、オリジナル版への敬意を大切にしながらサウンド制作に取り組みました。原作楽曲の魅力を受け継ぎながら、ボーカル曲やバトル曲をはじめ全楽曲を現代の表現に合わせて丁寧にリファインしています。さらに本作のために数多くの新曲も制作しました。懐かしさと新しさ、そのどちらも感じていただけるサウンドをお楽しみいただければと思います。
Apprendre ça, c'est nostalgique à certains. Copyright. Copyright. Là, la Gamescom, j'ai mis en rediffusion, mais il y a trop de trucs là. C'est le YouTube, c'est pas. Et long. Pour enlever les trucs.
最後になりますが、本作がペルソナシリーズを初めて遊ぶ方には日常と非日常が交錯するペルソナならではの魅力を余すことなく体験していただけると思っています。そしてすでに稲葉市をよく知っている皆さんにも知り尽くしていると思う
L'autre jeu que j'ai en tête qui sort sur Switch qui était sorti là-bas, c'est Métaphore quelque chose. C'est les mêmes.
ペルソナ4リバイバルで霧に隠されたその真実を確かめてみてください。Who's on air?
Ça sort du coup l'année prochaine, le 18 février.
Now, there are few games more synonymous with beautiful environments, immersive puzzles, and fluid combat than Tomb.
Alors, ce que j'ai vu, on va aller voir un peu le gameplay de Lara Croft. Là, je l'ai vu tout à l'heure. Ça, début février, il devait sortir là, mais du coup, il a été reporté au février. Je crois que c'est le 18 aussi.
Modern gaming sense, like we have an ability to create a higher believability sense of immersion. And so when we really kind of step back and we look at it for what it is and how we try to make the gameplay feel naturally seated and believable in the world, but just slightly out of place, like why does this exist? It sparks a feeling of curiosity. And curiosity combined with exploration is like what Tomb Raider is at a core.
C'est le mec du 1, si j'ai bien compris.
We hopefully make people happy with it.
Yeah, but also when you look at the cock puzzle, like wanted to make a sense why it's there. So we created a whole narration around it. Like we created this culture that has this ceremony of bringing the cocks together to open the gate to Tomb of Qualopec. So it was really fun to just build the whole structures and logic and the whole system, why it would be there and how it worked.
C'est là que je regardais un live, il y avait la réflexion, c'est vrai que la barre bleue, elle est en plein milieu. Ils auraient pu la mettre plus basse. Dans les autres jeux Time Raider, il n'y avait pas ça en fait. Il y avait l'univers qui s'assombrissait ou changeait de couleur à partir du moment que tu avais moins d'oxygène. Mais bon, c'est pas les mêmes devs. C'est pas Square du coup. Avec, ou je sais plus. Je sais plus quel studio c'est.
proud of or that you want players to really notice
Avec
in
qui
the
le font?
environment of the game?
From an environment perspective, for me, was the most important. I want people to immerse in a game, and I don't want to break this immersion. So I wanted to build everything with the logic. So everything, all the mechanisms, all the puzzles, they need to be there for a reason. And me and our team, like, we really work really hard to make sure that every single puzzle, every single obstacle that Lara meets, it makes sense. So, like, when you dive deep into the environment, into the world that we are playing, it's there because someone built it, not because the game
C'est
requires.
Legacy of
And we
Atlantis.
don't want the environment to feel like it's a heritage site. I mean, we're in the wild. This is a lost city, lost to time that we are discovering. And as a result, we have the opportunity to kind of
Donc,
do some
sera disponible le 12 février, autant pour moi, c'est pas 18. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PC, Steam et Nintendo Switch 2.
to say, hey, it's unmistakably Tomb Raider, but it's that way because they just evolved in isolation for a while. And when you play the game, you're going to find out why.
And then you can have a lot of fun with the overgrown aesthetic as well as obviously some
Mais
of the dirt that Lara's
je
picked
vois
up as she's
aucun
traversing
endroit
through the
où il y a la
environment.
version
That's
Switch 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of just making sure
Pour
that the environment
Xbox
feels
et
like you are the person who discovered the first in a very, very long time. Because that's what she does. And we want to make sure that that's how it feels as well.
Yeah, and Lara's not.
Du moins les
She's not a
précommandes.
delicate
Non,
flower.
je m'en fous de ça.
She looks
Pas
good,
ce
but
lien,
she is
je
going
m'en
to get
fous.
her hands dirty. She's
Tac.
going to dig in.
Heck yeah.
She's going to go anywhere, and she's going to follow her instincts, similar to how she's doing here. She's like, I need that cog to get that puzzle moving. I found one, but that has opened up the path to somewhere else. So curiosity is driving her. You're going to be along, helping her find that way, and we get into beautiful traversal that makes sure that Lara's physical attributes, her abilities, her athleticism.
Je vais sur le site et j'appuie sur Switch 2. Ils m'emmènent pas sur le
Love that. Now the puzzles, like you mentioned,
Nintendo
they
Shop.
are such an iconic
Donc c'est pas
part
encore.
of Tomb Raider for me as well. There's so many that I remember from Greece, Egypt, all of the levels. Can you go a little bit deeper about
Voilà,
how you've
confixé
evolved them for
PC.
Legacy of Atlantis?
Similar to when we talked about reimagining, it's about saying, hey, this
Pour
puzzle
le
as
jeu,
it
je sais même pas
existed,
s'ils ont mis la
you know, what was
config.
the original intent here? And if that intent is something that we are like, hey, that's a really strong guiding principle.
Alors.
How do we take that and make it the ultimate version of what it intends to be?
T'as des
Sometimes that
chambres?
means
Ah non.
sticking very close to the formula. Sometimes it means deviating into
Ah, il y a un
another
accès
area,
avant-première
but we do so in a way that's very thoughtful
sur le
and very
précommande.
precise,
Tu
'cause
peux
we
jouer
never wanna
2
make it
jours
feel
avant,
like
le
we're
10 février,
ignoring
le
the
12.
history of this adventure that we're reimagining. We want
Est-ce
it to
qu'il est
feel like
doublé?
it's
A
the
priori, il est
redebut
doublé.
of this game.
En
And so,
français, en anglais,
details like giving her
italien,
gear items that allow her to
et
extract
de
more lore from
portugais,
the world,
Brésil, de l'espagnol,
preserving
Amérique
some of those
latine,
classic
chinois
abilities like
simplifié
push-pull,
et polonais.
traversal being fluid and dynamic.
Ah oui, les studios,
Get
c'était
into
qui
combat
du
a
coup
little bit
derrière?
later, but these are all just Tomb Raider things at the core.
Amazing.
Yeah, but just going back
Crystal
to the
Dynamics
scanner
toujours,
thing, like, you can
Flaming
use a
Long
scanner if
et
you are a
Amazon
fan and
aussi.
just want to, like
Mais
Jess
c'est
said,
ce
dig
Amazon
deep into
Games,
the
c'est
lore, you can
les
scan things and find out
c'est juste
more,
les
but you can also
éditeurs.
use the scanner as a clue to the puzzles.
Ok.
It gives you clues if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just.
Il n'y a que minimal. Là par contre, là, il n'y a que minimal. Donc, a priori, moi je pourrais le faire tourner sur mon PC, 80 gigas. Le minimal, mais il n'y a pas
Yeah, I
de
love that. Giving
sont
players way more
commandés.
choice and following
Bizarre.
their lead as well. That's so cool. It sounds like you guys have done a lot of research as well and really respected a lot
Non,
of the
requise, non,
environments that
pardon.
you're talking
Pas
about in
minimal.
real life, as well as creating a more fantasy realm for Lara to explore. That sounds sick.
I mean, the research is a massive part of what we've been doing because the cultures that we've been working on recently
pense que c'est
is,
minimal, là.
Incans, ancient Greece, Egypt, and we
Je
want to
sais,
be
ouais.
respectful to those
Minimal.
cultures and to the history that they have, and also for the
Donc
players to feel like they are
i5,
actually archaeologists,
MD
not
Ryzen
just playing the game.
5,
So that's why we've done so
donc
much
RTX,
research.
GTX 1070 et RTX 2060 Super et AMD RX 5700 pour la minimale et recommandé il faut un i7 AMD, bah AMD comme le G mais pas, moi j'ai pas X, c'est un 5600X et un carte graphique RTX 3080 et, et AMD RTX RX pardon 6800 XT. Oh, il ne demande pas une grosse profil. Attends, ça va, pas moche le jeu en plus. Enfin, j'ai eu un mail, il y a encore un truc de promo. Ah, attends. J'ai la prescription. Les prescriptions pour les petits tests sont officiellement ouvertes sur toutes les plateformes. Ben, je l'ai fait. Le tout premier jeu de simulation de galactique de Yoyoverse, Petite Planète, sera disponible en hiver, donc du coup 2026. Les prescriptions sont officiellement ouvertes sur toutes les plateformes. Préinscrire dès maintenant pour débloquer des récompenses de palier. Les inscriptions pour la bêta test finale sont ouvertes. Bon, je revérifie encore où. En plus, c'était chiant parce qu'il y avait tout un truc d'inscription dossier avec des questions interminables pour... Et par contre, le jeu est disponible du coup sur PC mais via Epic Games, Epic Store, pas Steam, et les jeux mobiles Apple Store et Google Play. Je pensais que j'avais une réponse directement.
Exactly, the vistas like this. Look at that. This is one of my favorite moments is the postcard shots where you're alone in the wilderness. You can hear the birds chirping, the leaves rustling. There's no time clock.
Le jeu en promo de ma liste interminable sur Steam.
You don't have to speedrun it, but if you're listening and you do, let us know what your time is because we'll keep track. But that's great. It's the type of audience that we have. You know, we have people that want to challenge themselves to move through the experience as fast as they can, and those that want to sightsee. And the game just is welcoming to all.
I'll be sightseeing for sure. I've got tears in my eyes. I know
Je baisse la tête parce que du coup j'ai déjà tout vu.
Wow. I wanted to go back a little bit and talk a little bit more about Lara's toolkit and how that's evolved here. So we have mentioned her grapple hook, we saw the scanner in action as well. How is that really going to affect the gameplay for players and what other tools has she got up her sleeve?
J'avoue que c'est beaucoup de blabla, heureusement qu'il y a du gameplay en fond. Elle a trouvé les rouages, je crois que c'est le dernier. Et après j'ai pu regarder. Bon, même les trucs d'avant j'avais pas vu, mais quand je suis arrivé sur le live, j'ai regardé, j'ai vu que Tomb Raider.
Finding med packs in the middle of the jungle. It's cool.
A little bit old school.
Il est magnifique.
10,000 years old. Has lucky that there's a first aid kit here.
What do you mean? They're not there all the time?
No.
What the heck?
So we were like, how do we make this still feel like Tomb Raider, but at the same time, like, not break immersion? And so that's where like crafting is a perfect add-on addition to it. It lets her scavenge the world for resources, use her knowledge and her ability to craft something useful. And on top of that, she can use recipes to provide certain gameplay buffs that are going to help give her short-term advantages.
Si vous rappelez la voix de Lara Croft d'origine en français.
If you want to put your heads down and power through it, you can do it, but these things are available to you and we think they're fun to engage with. The Tumaqualapec waterfall gate is opened.
Done it.
Now here we're advancing to a little bit later in the game. We're now just on the cusp of a very memorable first encounter.
C'est plus l'autre, le nouveau.
Oh, I remember this, I think.
Il devait sortir l'année prochaine, du coup, qui est en 2028, parce que vu que celui-là a été décalé, c'était l'autre que. Qui m'intéresse.
We were like, hey, you know, if we're really going to do this, we want to represent Lara in a way that she's fully recognizable. And part of that is the acrobatics. Lara without the acrobatics is still cool Lara, but not classic Lara. And here, they're on full display, but what I hope people appreciate is that there's more grounding, more believability to it in how she moves. She's still having fun, but...
It's synonymous to her, but yeah, like you mentioned, the more grounded when she was kicking the cog puzzle, that looked sick. It was so cool, but yeah.
Those little interactive moments add a sense of cinematic spectacle time to time, which is nice. It allows the game to still feel like a summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
Ok.
Speaking of, hello.
Les fameux dinos qu'on voit dans le premier.
The raptor design looks really cool, Arik, as well.
Brilliant, thank you.
I love the addition of the feathers.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to keep the red color, you know, which you remember from the original one. But obviously, our knowledge about the dinosaurs evolved so much since 1996. So we wanted, and like with everything in this game, we want to add on the top of what's been done already.
Petite acrobatie.
We add our own silhouette designs and we added the feathers to make it unique for the legacy of Atlantis.
Hop là.
And their combat has been like dramatically overhauled. They're no longer just charging at you and just taking
En fait, je vais plutôt, moi si je joue ce jeu, je vais m'amuser surtout à faire l'échographie pour voir comment elle saute et tout. Hop et hop. Par contre, ça, tu sais pas où elle le... Voilà, il disparaît. Tu vois, il est pas posé ou comme dans les derniers Tomb Raider, les reboots, où tu vois, où le piolet, il est quelque part. Là, il disparaît.
Lara's always in motion. Her combat is fluid, it's organic, but at the same time, it helps her kind of overcome challenges and get the upper hand.
Yeah, she needs to keep moving all the time. It's like a dance for them.
Yeah.
And you can see a little blue dot on the bottom, which enables you to go into the focus mode, which slows down time.
Yep,
which is one of my favorite features in our game.
For sure.
Yeah, when that fills up, she can go into hyper focus, slow down time, and really pull off those precision shots.
Là, du coup, je sais pas compris à quoi ça servait de faire des pirouettes comme ça.
Hello.
There's our girl.
That's the girl, yeah.
Yay! Oh my gosh, what was it like reimagining such an
Oula.
iconic boss fight
Eh oh,
here as
le
well as the
dino.
other ones in Atlantis? How was that?
From our perspective, it was just an honor to work on a T-Rex,
Code
but like
poursuite.
we worked for such a long time to just make sure it's perfect from our perspective, and we were trying to be respectful to the OG one. You know, the moment when she's coming out, like throughout the corner, and you see the T-Rex. We couldn't do exactly this, but we wanted to have the same emotions when people see her for the first time, and then just working on a design. It was such a blast.
Oula.
When you see her, it's like she still has some of those classic DNAs. She's got that beautiful
Une de fois aussi sur les trucs, de toute façon, Tomb Raider, même celui-là, une de fois, chaque fois que je me ratais, la pauvre, elle se faisait tellement tomber dans le vide, dans le palais, etc.
That feels like it matches that environment, and it just gives her this really recognizable signature look.
I just love that we added those
Oula.
red feathers because there's so many versions of the T-Rex, you know, in all the medias, and those red feathering on the top of this green and yellow eyes, for me, it's like beautiful.
And like chocolate and peanut butter, it's just
Il y a
great
encore le
getting
truc
these two
ou
back
il y a pas
together
plus?
again and seeing it like never presented before. So
Il n'y a plus
I
rien.
love Lara. I love that as well.
Il n'y a plus rien, là.
It's an S6, and I get to check with
Hop,
anything in
maintenant... C'est ceci. Ah bah ça, on l'a vu de toute façon.
Then it's time to drop in and get to work.
J'avais 2,33. Moi, je passe, on
The
a vu ça.
ecosystem is alive.
C'est la même BO. On l'a vu.
A brand new third person.
Ah, c'est celui-là qui m'intéresse. Par contre, lui, jamais deux. Attends. Ah, mais à chaque fois, j'arrive pas au...
Earn your pay.
Ah, j'ai mal au dos.
Because in exterminats,
Ah bon.
the best jobs are the ones you survive.
Et là, il va se faire bouffer encore, là. Pas du tout. Covenson. Xbox. Ah, voilà. Ah, mais c'est... ah, du coup, elle va faire la voix de l'héroïne, là. J'ai peut-être pas compris hier. Donc, elle fait la tâche à l'héroïne en VO.
That's me.
Ça changera un peu parce qu'à chaque fois, on l'a... Bon, après, son rôle de Dimistis Cru.
She's very fun. She's kind of like our weird, dark
Dans
fairy
Resident
godmother in the
Evil
game.
Village.
She will make all of your darkest dreams come true, but there will be a cost.
La Violette, la méchante, du coup. Bah, tu me diras, c'est pas plus mal. Parce
Many
que
people could interpret that in different ways. So tell me a bit more deeper about Tasha.
la méchante.
She is charming and charismatic. And so she has kind of this magnetism that draws you in, but there is an undercurrent of danger with her because she's incredibly cunning and she's always working towards her own ends, not yours. And you don't always know what her true goals are in the game. So you do always have to
Pas
stay
la
on your
méchante, je
toes.
dis la méchante, mais.
So I know with classes like warlocks in D&D, typically there's often a pretty tragic way in which they come to know their patrons. So can you shed a little light on how Katya is going to meet Tasha?
Les prochaines.
Katri is searching for someone, and that search brings her to Tasha in order to get what she wants.
Now you've obviously played many characters before in various fantasy settings, but was there anything in particular that was a bit more challenging about playing someone like Tasha?
I think the challenge of Tasha is that she is so cunning, and she is always planning 10 steps ahead of everybody else in the room.
Of course.
So she's always moving and shaking, and so having to hold all of that within you in any scene that you're in, and always know that there's something else that she is negotiating. Even if you think you're negotiating this, you're actually negotiating about this.
Obviously being a huge fan of D&D as well, right? And you've played Orin the Red, incredibly vicious, devious, pretty nasty character.
Il sera doublé en français.
So
Voilà.
are there any parallels in that kind of excitement you had when you first played Orin, and now you get to sort of re-enter the universe now in Warlock?
Oui, pas les studios.
Tons of excitement to re-enter the universe. D&D is so fun.
Je serai doublé en français, en anglais, en italien, en allemand, en espagnol, Espagne.
And it is a nice home space for me. So then being able to be a part of games that also are in those worlds is incredibly fun. How many times can I say fun in one interview? Fun,
Pour la
fun,
config, c'est un peu trop tôt.
It's very fun.
Mais bon, je pense qu'il va falloir une bonne config.
It is in fact quite fun.
Et par contre, du coup, il doit être que sur les consoles next-gen. Enfin, next-gen.
Playing a character like Orin, being such a D&D fan, was that mirrored in then having the opportunity to re-enter D&D again as now?
Oh, absolutely. But also like Tasha's and
Alors, il sera disponible.
that comes with a decent amount of stress and scariness and oh god.
J'avais le site et après ça m'a
Can I
bugué.
pull this off?
Pas du
I
tout.
think every time I get booked on something, I have a minute of panic of like, oh god, and now I have to do it.
I mean, people are committing their entire lives to a patron, so yeah, that's a lot of weight on your shoulder.
Yeah, the least I could do is try.
Donc, par contre, il y a un anglais en bas. Donc,
Thank you for just voicing so many incredible characters. But next up, we're
allez, remets-toi. Steam, PS5, Xbox Series, XS. Ah non, et du coup, ça s'était mal affiché. Epic Game Store. Donc voilà. Voilà. Parce qu'il y a le site warlockthegame.com et en plus il est en français. Donc voilà. Donc on verra d'ici l'année prochaine. Alors Megaman.
Can you tell us a little bit about what
Dual Overdrive. Bon, celui-là il sort sur Switch. Il y a intérêt.
今回小バージョンということでティンクルガール以外のステージは伏せられています。でもう本来は全ての8体のボスから1体を選んで好きなステージを選んで
Megaman.
ロックマンらしさであります。
Okay, today we'll be playing from the Gamescom build that we have here, so we only have one stage available. When the full game comes out, you'll be able to
Override, je sais pas, Overdrive.
So we've got Twinkle Girl as well, which I know is one of the new robot masters.
で、Twinkle Girl は新ボスっていう認識で正しいです。
あ、そうです。
Yes, she is a new boss for this game.
じゃあ早速選んでみましょうか。
All right, let's get started.
はい。
So, can you tell us a little bit about the 3 stages that we have, which is new?
はい、で、ステージ3つのエリアがあることについて少し説明していただけます？
はい、今回は3ステージ構成になってて、
Donc 2027, donc Switch 2, Switch normal, PS5, peut-être j'ai vu, PS4. Donc il y a encore des jeux sur PS4. Xbox, Steam et Epic Game Store.
は最初のステージを選んでいきます。はい。
De partout. Même les anciennes consoles.
Okay, amazing. So we've got 3 chips here. Can you tell us what this
Ah,
feature is?
quoi Survival for Activate Custom Chip Rate Barrière Protecteur ennemi. Ça, je crois que c'est les modes normal, facile, difficile.
For the Gamescom show for a demo, we have 3 chips available to
Select
players.
use set.
Amazing. And what's the first one that we're going to use?
Ce joueur activer custom create une barrière. Ah non non c'est son.
Alright, so first we're going to be using one that's a little bit more of a
Non
defensive.
c'est enfin leur truc.
Nice. Let's see it in action.
Ok. Et les autres trucs que j'ai pas lu. Enfin j'aurais dû mettre pause. Je crois. Donc c'est différent. Attends, fais voir, je reviens. Là, il y a marqué son build, c'est power du feu, auto-chargement, attaque, machin. Ok, double charge. Et ça, c'est la plateforme avec le truc là, le chien là. Il y a autre chose. Ok. Allez hop, attends, on va mettre comme ça.
Alright, so for the Gamescom demo, we only have 3 chips available. Once the full game comes out, players will have
Les fameux ennemis qui sont dans tous les.
Oh, amazing. Oh, we can see it here right there.
Les Megaman.
Help block those abilities, right?
でそのシールを使うときには攻撃にダメージ受けないようにするんですよね。
そうです。はい。
Yeah, that's correct. It'll reduce damage.
Okay, amazing.
でバリア自体はいつでも解除できます。
Alright, so with the shield itself, you can actually turn it off at any point in time too.
So I'm guessing that's going to create a skill curve for players.
まあ多分プレイヤーにとってはそのシールの使い方はやっぱり戦略が必要で
Je
す
sais
よ
pas
ね。
où c'était, il y avait une campagne, j'ai essayé finalement. Il n'y a que le 2 qui m'ont préféré, les autres.
When damaging the enemies, we're seeing a lot of that like graphical effects to those, aren't we?
やっぱり敵にダメージを与えるときにはその傷がついたりマークがつきますよ。
Ouais, mais il est bien. T'en as un peu moderne comme ça qu'ils avaient sorti il y a 2 ans, voire plus.
Yeah, so with each enemy, as you damage them more and more, you'll start to see them kind of develop damage and scars and that sort of thing. And as they become darker, it's clear that they're getting closer to being killed.
Okay, amazing. So as we progress through the level as well, we're noticing a lot of
Mais tu
familiar
sais,
enemies.
nous, en fait, nous, il s'appelle Megaman, et puis de base, il a un autre nom. J'ai pas de bêtises. Voilà. Au Japon, en fait, c'est ou Megaman ou Rockman, ça s'appelle le jeu. En fait.
懐かしい敵っていうのは、出すとやっぱファンの人はすごく喜んでくれますし、結構なんていうんですかね、配置の位置でかなり攻略が難しくなる。
Jeu phare, donc du coup Megaman 2, j'ai joué, et Megaman X, c'est celui-là que... Voilà. Et on croirait que c'était que sur Nintendo, mais en fait il est sorti dans plusieurs plateformes. Arcade, Android, Game Boy, Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, Game Gear, GameCube, iOS, Mega Drive, PC, DOS, ok. Windows, Neo Geo, Pocket Color, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, NES, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, KDO, PlayStation 2, 3, 4, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita, Super Nintendo, Saturn, Steam Machine, Wii, Wii U, WonderSwan, du coup c'est console. Xbox, Xbox 60, Xbox One.
How many times can you... Oh, here we go.
Mais il faudrait les jeux.
Alright, so once the override is activated, you'll actually become more powerful and you'll be able to unleash some really cool looking attacks like you've seen here on the
La liste des jeux Megaman. Parce qu'il y en avait un qui était sorti il y a quelques temps. Allez, ouvre-toi, Miguel.
Now, one thing as well with that override system,
Alors.
how many times are they able to charge it?
でそのオーバーライドのゲージは何回まで蓄積できます？
一定量敵を倒したりすると段階的にゲージが上がっていって3段階が最強のオーバーライド状態になります。
So the override gauge has 3 phases to it, and as you hit each of those kind of levels, you'll be able to build it up for stronger attacks as you go. So once you get that 3rd tier, it's pretty powerful.
As we just saw it, they just destroyed them.
Pas 2006, on avait un
second chip now, aren't we?
はい、じゃあ2つ目のチップ使いますよね。
combat.
攻撃タイプ 火力重視のチップを選びます。
Alright, this time around we're going to be doing more of an offensive chip. It's called the weapon chip.
Okay, amazing. And what is the difference between the weapon chip and the shield chip that we saw in the first area?
Megaman. Puis il y en avait aussi des Megaman, mais que c'était pas le même perso.
So one big difference that players will notice is that once you have the weapon chip equipped, you'll be able to charge automatically rather than holding down the attack button.
通常はこうボタンを押さないとチャージできないんですけども、自動的にチャージされるので、ロックマンのアクションに集中しやすくなります。
Yeah, so when you're playing normally, you have to hold that attack button down to be able to charge your Mega Buster, but now that it's done automatically for you, you're able to focus a little bit more on Mega Man's movements and attacks.
Okay, amazing. And like, what might be the
C'est des compilations, ouais, il y en a 2.
for a player to choose this chip
over the
defensive chip?
はい。で、シールドチップよりも、ウェポンチップを選択する理由は何かございます？
やっぱり火力でどんどん敵を倒していきたいという人に向いていると思います。
Yeah, there are some players who like to take down enemies pretty quickly, so the weapon chip is really good for those who are more of an offensive type player.
c'est bien.
じゃあ次は特殊武器をお見せしたいと思います。
Also, we're going to do a quick introduction to a special weapon that is available to players in the game.
Oh.
特殊武器を使うと敵を吹っ飛ばして画面外に弾き飛ばすこと。
So with that special weapon, you can actually cause enemies to go flying off of their platforms and whatnot too.
Will players have a lot of other weapons to be able to have access to them?
で、その水上のロックバスターに加えて、特別な武器いくつかあります？
通常のロックバスターに加えて
かなりありますよね。
あ、そうですね。はい、たくさんあります。
Yeah, there will be quite a few other weapons available to players outside of the standard Mega Buster.
And how are players going to gain access to those weapons?
で、その特別の武器を取得するのに何が必要ですかね？
最後のボスを倒すことが必須条件となります。
はい。So as players defeat robot masters in every stage, they'll get a special skill from those robot masters.
Il y a un qui est en 2020, mais
these screws, what are they for, and how are players going to use them?
はい。で、ステージにはネジも集めれるようですけれども、そのネジはどのように使います？
ネジを貯めるとショップでチップを購入することができます。
So as players progress through the game and they collect various chips, they can actually use them to purchase additional chips throughout their gameplay experience.
Okay, amazing.
なのでネジはどんどん貯めていって自分をロックマンをどんどん強化していくことが
pas Megaman 0, parce que je vois quel c'est. Où en fait tu joues avec des cheveux longs et des rouges. Je sais pas si c'est une fille. Le personnage. C'est pas celui-là. Je vais regarder. Je sais pas si c'est Megaman en 2011. Putain, ça ferait le bon. Ah bah c'est ça, Megaman 11. C'est ça. Le dernier en date avant celui-là qui sortira l'année prochaine, c'est le 11. Il est sorti le 2 octobre 2018. Je crois que j'avais testé une démo comme ça, et j'avais du mal, je n'étais pas arrivé à jouer. Ouais, c'est ça. Il était sorti en 2000, bon, il y a presque 10 ans du coup. 2018. Le 2 octobre 2018 était sorti sur PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Donc c'est Megaman ou...
まあそうですけども、僕はもう火力重視でいきます。
Alright, we're gonna do our best here.
Well, I believe.
使用される方に参考になるようなプレーを目指したいと思います。
Alright, I'm gonna do my best to show players the best gameplay I can.
Il est soldé à 4,49€ en plus. Sur le Nintendo. Sur le store. Pardon. Un peu sur le côté. Aïe. Mal aux jambes.
It's one of the things, it is hard to talk and play these boss fights at the same time as well.
Mais je crois que j'avais regardé juste un let's play, je crois, de Atonium dessus.
Truth be told, Ecolab Director is a lot better than what you're seeing right here, but it is, again, tricky for him to play and talk at the same time.
Oh.
Okay.
Activating that override.
さあ、オーバーライド発動ですね。
これでなんとか倒したいですが。
So close.
まだ死なないです。まだです、まだです。
Oh!
Alright, so for the sake of the fans,
Toi, les
move on to
mots.
the third area and show that a little bit too.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
J'arrive mieux à jouer.
We're going to see the new Robot Master Twinkle Girl.
Ah, il est soldé aussi sur Steam. Combien il est? Parce que je rigole. Pareil. En fait, il est soldé de partout. Le Mega Man 11, là, dessus de 2018. Par contre, je vais y arriver. Il est soldé à 4,49 €. Voilà.
And for this area, we're going to be using the third chip in this option here, which is to call in Rush, but it won't add any sort of power-ups to Mega Man's abilities.
難易度高いけど大丈夫ですか？大丈夫です。もう使いこなしていきますよ。もうロックマンを。はい。
Yeah, we'll do our best this one too. But yeah, meet Twinkle Girl.
ある意味縛りプレイですけどねこれね。はい、頑張ります。
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
One thing to ask as well, why was it important to evolve the Robot Master stage design for the latest entry in the series?
でなんか過去作に比べてデュアルオーバーライドの方でステージの進行は大切にしているようですけれども、その進行はなんで大切にしてるんですか？
南さんお願いします。ヘルプでちょっと今
回3つのステージに分けたんですけれども、ユーザーには段階的にクリアして成長アクションとして成長する楽しみを味わってほしいと思います。
Et moi, du coup, celui-là, il est. Tu vas bien tourner parce que tu es encore sur la Switch de base. Il va y avoir des jeux.
And how do you balance the challenge that players are going to face and then having those conveniences like checkpoints?
Par contre, ce qui me plaisait sur ce Mega Man, c'est quand tu bats un boss et que tu obtiens ses pouvoirs pour t'aider au prochain stage.
ステージ構成や敵の配置を調整しながらテストプレイ通じてかなり精密に調整しています。
そうですね。
Yeah, so if you think about it, obviously the enemies become more and more difficult, more powerful as you progress through the stage, but also we get more strategic with the placements of the enemies, so they're in more inconvenient places, so to speak. But again, it really gives players an ability to practice and kind of level up as they're playing.
J'ai pas fait gaffe du coup, comme je regardais.
I love seeing how much more difficult this stage is as well compared to the other two.
やっぱり3つ目のエリア非常に難しいと見えるんですけど。
めちゃくちゃむずいです。
Yeah, it is pretty tough, isn't it?
やっぱロックマンは歯応えがすごく大事だと思っている。
Donc là, on va arriver. Apparemment, c'est toujours Dr. Willy. Qui est encore derrière tout ça. Ok, sauvegarde, ce qui est bien. Pas besoin de refaire tout. Et un boss.
強い攻撃が与えることができるので、このボスも特殊武器が効くようになってますので。
So yeah, Mega Man again will have access to a variety of special weapons. Using those special weapons against Robot Masters will actually have some pretty extra effects on them. So we recommend picking those up and using those as well.
Par contre, elle est où sa barre de vie à elle? Ah, en bas. J'avais pas vu. Tinkling Girls. Tinkling.
難しいですけど攻撃パターンを見極めれば。
Mega Boost. Quoi? On peut pas avoir plus? Au moins la fin du boss? Ou c'est là où il y aura les différents pouvoirs du coup?
やっぱり発売前にネタバレ出したくないんですよね。
そうですね。ぜひ私有できる方だけの限定的な。
Bon, ils me montreront pas plus. Dommage. Ce que je vois, ça parle. Bon. On verra l'année prochaine. Alors ça, c'est quoi? Allez. Pour ça? Il a lui. Je vois. Enfin, un bon petit live du coup. Bon, après, sinon, j'aurais joué au jeu si on n'avait pas regardé ça.
Thank you so much. But coming up, straight from the Xbox booth, we're getting nostalgic and celebrating 25 years and showing off some sweet new wheels coming to Forza Horizon 6. But first, a special update on first-person horror platformer coming to Xbox very soon.
Ok. C'est quoi ça? Des Nino.
Hello? Anyone here?
Sorry, kid. What was your name?
Jordan.
I'm Stella. I need you to find Dalton.
Oh no, this isn't good.
You see, we've come across this material with some sort of organic properties.
I should have stopped long time ago. This is my first documented sighting of this creature.
Pas Jojo, hein. Oula.
Something took him. It took everyone. There's not a soul here.
Ok.
How many of these things are there? There are other areas that can get you back to the surface, but you gotta go deeper. Suppose the only way out is through. Don't look back! This operation must be contained. I'll find him, Stella. I will.
Oula. C'est quoi? Terrible Lisa, octobre, le 29 octobre. Attends, il y avait marqué quand? Je vais voir. Alors, série PC, il sera sur le Game Pass. Ok. On est collab avec Ikea.
Yeah, we were inspired by.
J'ai vu qu'il y avait Ikea aussi, puis il y a une collab avec Sailor Moon. Ah, on est sur Forza. Sailor Moon, mais pas en France. Mais de toute façon, les Ikea, ils sont très loin chez moi. Donc, ils sont pas à côté. Donc, je sais pas s'il y en a qui ont testé le Forza 06, Horizon 6. Moi, je suis pas très joué de voiture.
And now we're introducing a new feature.
Yeah, nice. I mean, Charlie and I have been in constant competition to see who can fully complete all the achievements.
Where are you at, by the way?
I have 2 left.
I've got 1 left.
Je sais pas ce qu'ils vont rajouter. Je sais pas s'il y a un DLC ou quelque chose, parce que bon, déjà lui il est pas doublé.
Wow, okay. The people at the Gamescom booth, that's the people we're seeing here. So we go, shout out to 240 Gamescom 1.
You made the stream.
You made the stream. There you go, the dev kit. So to start a drift stack, all we need to do is drive through the gantry and away we go. It's all about setting the highest drift score on 1 lap and then trying your hardest to beat it every single time.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to get our first taste of it right here.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, I see the score going up. I see the score going up.
And then, okay, first thing we noticed as well is those blue boxes on the floor aren't normally there. What are those?
Yeah, so they are clipping zones.
Okay.
So right now, Will is getting a drift score. And if you're drifting within the sort of blue lanes there, it will actually increase your score.
Oh yes, I can see the multiplier at the bottom, nice.
Yes, you get a times 2 multiplier. The way that works is kind of for 2 reasons. One of them is it's to kind of reward those players who are really good at the game. But also they've
c'est des nouveaux modes en fait. Là ils me montraient, je le vois. C'est des nouveaux modes de jeu.
Bit of education, bit of accessibility.
Yeah, bit of education. And obviously number go up is always good fun.
It is.
It's always good fun. So right now Will has locked in a score. What have you got? You got 158,000.
Okay.
Very respectable.
Is it respectable?
Promo sur Steam.
Modest.
Modest.
You gonna take that?
We can do better. I
De
think we can do better.
Okay, let's get another run real quick.
Yeah.
And I saw as well there was some little pop-ups on the side, on the right. They look like collection journal entries.
Ah, yes. So we have actually expanded the campaign with Drift Attack as well, and we'll show that in a bit with our collection
that sounds
journal.
good.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
And a key thing about this is it's all in the shared world. So you're not loading out, you're not instancing out into another space. We wanted to make it as frictionless as possible. So all you need to do is drive through the gantry and away you go. And right now, Will is sort of taking the score against himself. If you wanted to, you could actually join a convoy of people and you'd be put on a leaderboard with them as well.
Beautiful.
And it's how we kind of wanted that competition to be more opt-in. So you can rock up and you can just drift for as long as you like.
A scotch better. I did see the leaderboards on the side as well.
Yes, the
leaderboards,
Inworld
right?
leaderboards. Yes, so this is all very similar to Time Attack, really. So the Inworld leaderboards you see, we'll go drive to them now.
How are Gamescom doing?
How are Gamescom doing? Well, okay. So
Will.
I've got quite a way to go.
Oh, darling.
whoever was two Forza Gamescom 6, whoever that was, they got the best score. So this is actually live, and these leaderboards, they reset each week as well.
Nice.
So this looks across the entire community as well. So you could be driving past a drift attack circuit and you see your friends on the leaderboard and they've swapped your score. It's like a great way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then away you go. You
and as you said, it's a permanent mode, so you can constantly keep your eye on it, right? Come back to it, have another go.
Exactly. Yeah, so
beautiful.
With that, this is a game mode you can play today and in the future. You don't get left behind. This is all ready for players from the moment it goes live. And with that, we've got some permanent rewards. So let's look at those.
Yeah, let's do it. This is the collection journal that you mentioned, right, Ham?
Yeah,
I mean, beautiful.
One other thing I did see that was quite cool was the similar to
J'ai une ici, je regardais pour le pas de doublage. Pour Fable, sur Game Pass, il y a de l'espagnol en Amérique latine. Je mettre en espagnol. Je passe un peu parce que c'est pas mon truc. Comme ça on finira sur... je pense que c'est Fable après. Pas du tout. Ça c'est quoi? Non, ça c'est autre chose. Attends.
Because we're bringing the Fable experience to you here at Gamescom at home with an in-depth look at this reimagining of the franchise.
Yeah, but first, it's time to visit the brooding and futuristic world of Warhammer
Et d'ailleurs,
40K,
sur ma Xbox One, il y a un jeu, j'ai jamais désinstallé, c'était avant qu'il fasse vraiment le Fable qui va sortir là, c'était un autre truc, un peu multi. J'avais testé, que j'avais pas le droit de montrer. Je crois que c'était... Je sais plus comment il s'appelait. C'est quoi ça? Un multi.
Numerous signs of bruising, superficial damage to the surface layers of the skin, apparent loss of integrity in some of the smaller bones.
The heresy of pride, which spurs one to believe in one's own exceptionality, and the heresy of consorting with the enemies of humanity.
You expect me to object, Otvaka? I am no longer part of the Tick vein.
You have guessed my race, but I am no foe to you or your tribe.
Recommendation. Additional protection for the Acolyte upon approach.
Hey everyone, this is Josh from Octopus Panic.
C'est ça.
I'm here to give you a closer look at our game, Grabhounds. Grabhounds is a 1 to 4 player co-op action builder starring a crew of blue-collar working dogs who are lost in space and trying to find their way home.
Mais personne n'a vu. Je crois que de toute façon, je crois qu'il y a des trucs et tout. Ça, j'avais pas vu ça. C'est pas le jeu d'animaux là.
Once we're planetside, everything starts from the collector. This is our dropship.
Avec des Doberman et compagnie là.
To begin, we'll lay out some pipeline, which is the power network that allows us to expand across the planet. With the pipeline in place, the first thing we
Ah oui, oui, je me rappelle, lui, c'est une espèce de bulldog. Non, c'est ça. Mais ça fait j'avais pas vu de gameplay comme ça. Yeah. C'est un extracteur.
Every Grabhound is equipped with a grav beam. This can be used to collect resources, build defensive infrastructure, and even manage the local wildlife. Some resources are extremely volatile, which can come in handy if used correctly. Collecting resources earns us
Faut collecter les trucs dans les planètes. Faire la base. Je vois une tourelle.
An excavator has been dropped from orbit near a buried artifact. It needs power to work, so we'll push the pipeline across the planet, set up some defenses around the site, and then connect it.
Okay.
Once we bring this thing online, it's going to attract a lot of attention. Here they come. Each Grabhound has a booster rig that lets them move quickly and fluidly around the environment. As the pressure rises, so does our power. Our turrets earn experience in combat, and they can be promoted to more powerful, specialized variants. Throughout each session, we earn reward pods, which contain randomized rewards that increase our combat effectiveness. And if somebody misses a beat, they get a second chance. Assuming their friends
du coup, on devient une petite peluche et il faut...
Okay, once we survive
Ça fait rire la collerette, le pauvre.
Now we just have to get it home. It's too heavy for one Gravhound, so the crew has to work together to get it back, while everything in the world is still trying to kill us.
Sympa. Pas de coordonnées.
Once we secured the artifact, we can prep the ship for launch.
Job complète. Et du coup, on va se faire attaquer, non?
And this is it. This is when everything that we've built, everything that we've upgraded throughout the session,
Logique.
all of that really matters. Because now we need to hold out for one final wave until the
Final
collector
wave.
is ready to launch.
Préparer le lunch. De pain. Hop, et vite monter avant que ça parte. Ok.
Once we're back, we'll regroup, spend some time upgrading our stuff, and then choose our next destination. Each session, you'll be exploring different planets, different jobs, different builds, different opportunities for disaster. And that's Gravhounds. Gravhounds is coming to Xbox and PC, and it's available day one with Game Pass.
Game Pass, day one. Ok.
Well, Fable fans here
J'ai un matchmaking pour eux. Mais bon. Pas ma prio. Mais c'est sympa son petit collier avec la petite manette.
Fable game director Ralph Fulton. How
are you,
Ralph?
Dave team.
Super well, thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for asking. Having a great time at Gamescom. I'm upset that I haven't been over to the theater experience just yet, but maybe I can take a little sneak peek now with you.
Absolutely, let's go through it.
Sounds good. See from the demo.
Combat, that's another big thing that we're talking about here this week, and giving some folks hands-on with at Gamescom, and it is all set against the backdrop of the magnificent capital city of Burstone. So we are arriving in Burstone, not quite for the first time, but certainly early in the game, and taking in its sights.
Oh, blimey, governor, it looks
Alors,
absolutely delicious.
config minimale, AMD Ryzen 5 2060, Intel i7 6000 machin chose, 1850K, pardon. Je fasse mon sérieux quand même. Et un i... Non, c'est pas ça, c'est bon. C'est un i5 10040, 400. Non, acheté. Carte graphique, une RX AMD 6600, pardon. Et une Nvidia de RTX 2060. Et aussi des cartes graphiques Intel à 580. Et il fait 135 Go ce jeu. La SSD requiert, bon, bien entendu, et la recommandée. Elle a recommandé, s'ils n'ont pas changé, elle ne change pas. Donc c'est AMD pareil, Ryzen, du coup le AMD que j'ai. C'est pour ça que ça me fait chier là, l'autre jeu là qui sort là du vampire, enfin avec les anciens devs de The Witcher. Qui demande un AMD Ryzen 7. Même le minimum, donc bref. Alors, Ryzen 5500, bon, bref, Ryzen 5 5600, pardon. Intel i5 11600 KF, 2 Go de RAM. La carte graphique AMD, ce sera la RX 1700 XT et
A really, really beautiful game.
Et GTX, RTX par contre 3060. Donc recommandé. Et s'il y a mieux, tant mieux. Vous allez mieux. Voilà.
So whereabouts are we headed off to? What
Tiens,
is
y a
our
des
hero up to
promos,
on this
déjà.
journey?
Great. Well, quick story recap. What has brought us here is obviously that terrible event that happened
Bon
at the
plan,
start of the game.
capitaine.
You'll remember from Dev Direct.
Les
I
annonces.
hope that
Version
your
physique
village was
PS5
turned to stone,
Xbox.
including your grandma. Very sad. You grew
40
up, you
balles.
have left
41 balles.
the village, and you are now looking for the help of the legendary
Nous sommes.
heroes of the Heroes Guild, because Grandma said that if you're ever in trouble, that's where you should go to get some help. We couldn't quite get into the Heroes Guild earlier. We went and got a key from our brother Connor, and now we have used that key to
Bon.
access.
Je regarde s'il montre autre chose. Alors attends.
Indeed.
Le château. À l'intérieur. Ah, peut-être on va avoir une cinématique.
Again, the interior looks amazing. I love the artwork on the left.
The Last Great. Investigate the Hero. Je sais pas quoi. Ah.
Mother?
No, sir.
Can I get a large beer, please? Thank you.
Okay.
A large beer. Right. This will do.
Tu veux le jeter la gueule ou pas? Pas du tout. C'est quoi? Oh, je sais pas.
Obviously, you can choose to throw it over him or just
Donc,
hand it
il y a
over.
des choix.
We've been asking the crowd
Faire dans
in
le
the
jeu.
theater what they think. Just generally throw it over him.
Interesting.
So I think that's what we go for here.
You took your bloody
On peut le jeter à la gueule.
All right. Hero. Yeah, of course you are.
I need your help.
Quand,
Now I'm finished.
je sais pas, le liquide, c'est pas de me jeter.
My nan used to tell
Oh,
stories
wow.
about you. She
Your
said,
nan? If you're some kind of mega fan, I think I've still got some merch out the back. Got shields with my face on. Sort of tabard things.
she's trapped. They all are.
Ah.
My whole village. There was a woman in red. She could have been a hero. Or...
You're a hero. You'll work it out.
And what about
Ah,
you?
mais il est en train de pisser.
You're being evicted. You gonna tell me what happened?
I mean, I'm not particularly proud of it, but I ran up a few debts. I don't like to talk about that. I reached out to a local sculptor in town, commissioned him to capture my image in Aurora and marble. Anyway, I don't know what I did wrong, but he wouldn't pay me in the end. I did what anyone would do, and I went down to Ronnie's place.
You lost the Heroes Guild on a bet. It's fine. I'll get it back. And your gold.
You're not listening. I meant what I said. I'm done.
I'm not doing it for you.
Well then, oh Humphrey.
Yeah, they say never meet your heroes, right?
Il est un peu cracra.
What a letdown.
Yeah, yeah. So we saw a choice there. Obviously, that's not a massive choice in the scheme of things, but it does result in a reputation.
Yeah, God, you
Humphrey
can-
now thinks you're an arsehole. Shows like that have done, which they did to camera. see how it moved and all that kind of good stuff. And we really loved the effect it had, that sort of almost mock interview effect, and it does exactly what you observed there. It gives you an opportunity to see into the mind of the character. They can give some motivation in a much simpler, clearer way than they would in a dialogue normally. And we liked it so much, we asked the question, how can we get this into our game? And we do it in exactly that way, a sort of cutaway within a cinematic, and it just gives you a little more insight, a little more humor from the character. We hope folks will really enjoy it.
Yeah, I certainly will as well, but that's so interesting how it came about, rather than being such a conscious decision from the start. You know,
You'd be surprised how much a video game development works like that.
Oh my gosh.
Alors, fais voir.
Mind if I take notes?
Keep your nose out, mate. Slick Ronnie sent us. She wants all Golden Balls evicted, and we're happy to oblige.
This doesn't need to get violent.
Whoa, giving villains a chance to save themselves? So heroic.
Wrong. Ronnie owns those deeds now. Legally, the guild's hers. So that means you're trespassing.
Get somewhere safe.
Oh no.
Un petit combat.
So we weren't able to talk ourselves out there. Ralph, what are we seeing with the
Oula.
combat here?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what we call style weaving combat, right? And it's an evolution, I think, of the combat that people loved in the original Fable trilogy. It's about strength, skill, and will, which is about weaving
Ah, le truc en
between
plus
ranged
du
and
jeu
melee
là,
and magical attacks. We hope really seamlessly,
tu
really
peux
simply, really
fonder
fluidly
ta famille, faire du
to allow
gamin,
you to
machin.
choose how you take on any given combat scenario. You know, so the player that we've recorded for this particular video, super skilled at this, knows all the moves, you know, but is also demonstrating just how easy it is to move from one style to another and dispatch the enemies.
Absolutely. Love that little move with the dagger at the end.
Very nice, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the hero of Bry Hill.
I don't know where that is, but I bet they're proud of having you as the hero.
So, what are you doing here?
Oh, right. I have Mr. Golden's script. It's the first step of my 3-step plan. Write the musical, get Mr. Golden to star in the musical, make Mr. Golden happy again.
So this character, this adorable little child called Billy,
Best of luck with that.
we're describing
En
her
tout cas,
as
je vois.
a
Écoute, ça
part-time
peut être
playwright,
sympa.
full-time orphan. She lives at the orphanage, and she is trying to get Humphrey the Golden to star in a play about his life. The point of showing this quest is to show people exactly what it's going to be like to play a quest, but all our quests are super varied. In the quest after this one, you'll actually take part in that very same musical. So we'll meet Billy again. That's for another day.
Regarde, et du coup, elle a été reportée le 23 février 2007. Ah, j'avais pas vu ça, l'arc de compétences. Il y a trop de trucs.
We're spending a skill point we earned from that last combat encounter on a new spell called Blades, which is great for crowd control, but I'm sure people will be freeze framing and screen capping that screen just to see what else might be contained with it.
Yeah, can you give me some tips maybe about how I should build my hero, or what should players focus on with their talents and skills?
So that's a great question. I think honestly the answer that we would always go to is we want you to be the hero you want to be, right? And we've set up this combat system, the way progression works, the way that you'll build skills and new moves and upgrade your weapons. It's based on how you want to develop as a hero, and I guess also your particular style in combat. You know, so you're not bound by any specific class. You can basically build the loadout that you want. Personally, I'm all about power, so a big hammer, damage dealing spells. There are lots more skilled players than me who use crowd control and teleports and what have you, so it's all about how you want to take on a combat encounter.
Nice. I am impressed by some of the magic we've seen here and earlier in the year as well. I'm excited
pretty,
to get my hands on it. Very pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so we made it to a tavern, a wee pub.
Oi.
Fine.
You got business with Ronnie or what?
That's right. This is the hangout of
You tell me.
the gang.
Me? Tell you?
The the Silks? Is it the Silks? I think it's the Silks. We're trying to reclaim the guild deeds which Humphrey lost on a bet. Yes, we're trying to negotiate our way in here. It's the Slicks, of course it's the Slicks.
Any feedback for me,
same
by the
letters.
way? I'm on a work experience placement. If I don't make it here, I've got to slum it with the Oakshire gangs, you know?
Try swearing more, arsehole.
Blimey. I could give it a shitting go. Cheers, hero.
Yeah, fair enough. He doesn't seem like the most confident criminal I've ever come across, our friend Stan, but
I think our advice will stand him in good stead.
I think so too.
I think actually we're going to kill him in just about 45 seconds time, but
spoilers.
That's a little bit of a spoiler, yeah. So this particular challenge you can play any number of ways. When you actually play it in the game, I think in the interest of time, we pay our way through this next particular blockage. But there are different ways you can go and speak to people and find different ways through this locked door.
What?
Amazing.
I'm here to see Ronnie.
Good for you. Boss ain't really taking on new clients right now. You got an appointment.
Okay.
So yeah, we're cash rich, so we're just going to pay the 2.5 grand.
Easy way. There you go.
Can't you look the other way?
For that amount of coin, I'll look whichever way you tell me to, mate. Why don't you go on through, eh? Make yourself at home, but not too at home. No touching the boss's stuff. She'll be with you shortly.
Sarney, love her name as well. Was someone called Big Bath as well?
Yeah, I think that was another member of the gang.
Ah.
Yeah. It's a
Old
good nickname.
Yeah. Could be worse.
So we're looking for the guild deeds, and I guess the likelihood is that they're behind this locked door, but our hero is resourceful. We're going to pick this lock.
She did give us a wee clue to have a look about. Well, tell us not to.
Ça a l'air de se faire automatiquement.
Not open the locked door?
Exactly.
Peut-être une capacité, je sais pas, vu que l'anglais, moi je
I
comprends
love
pas.
all the trinkets we've got around here.
Yeah, and we don't do it in this video, but there's a lot more to rummage through in this particular room.
Ah,
But yeah,
il y a
in the
d'autres
interest
trucs
of
à
time, we're just
fouiller.
going to grab the guild deeds and go.
Ouais, ils font la quête directe.
I'll check in every nook and cranny.
I do the same.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
I think it's good player behavior.
Me too.
Yes.
Thank you. Vindication. I like that.
Had a few too many pints, actually.
You smug git. That's quite funny. I tell you what, though, it takes stones robbing from me in my own poorhouse. Humphrey used to be like that, back in the day, before he shit the bed and fell apart.
Tu m'as fait les
Not that I
tatouages.
haven't enjoyed watching the guild slowly bleed out.
Well, you're bleeding out next.
Now you're speaking my language.
This hero causing you grief, boss.
Nothing you lot can't sort out. Humphrey should have warned you not to fuck with me, hero. Bit late now. Sort them out.
Ah, il y a encore un combat, ok.
Another fracas on our hands here. We spoke
Yep.
about some of the different various combat that we can use for tools, melee, range, etc. How do they complement each other? And Ralph, what's your preferred style? You mentioned that big hammer earlier.
So I love a big hammer.
Yeah.
I think exactly. And like I say, I tend to go for big damage dealing spells, like blades, like fireball. But you can play the game in a bunch of different ways. We actually had somebody playing in hands-on over in our behind closed doors demos today, who absolutely blitzed through it. Incredible skill level, did it on the highest difficulty level. So our team were sort of standing around applauding. Kind of thing. So you can bring a lot to it. I think one of the things we're trying to show this week with the demos we're doing is that you can come to this with whatever skill level
Ça, c'est
you
des
have,
grands
and the game
ennemis
will
avec
meet
les
you at
armes
a bunch
lourdes.
of different difficulty levels, and also a range of enemies
Difficile
that
à-
will challenge you in different ways.
Yeah, that sounds class. Speaking of a range
La
of different
DPS.
enemies, we've got quite a large gentleman here with maybe a different level of threat than our heroes face. What are we seeing?
Yeah, he's a big lad, isn't he? I wouldn't go as far as to say he's like a mini boss or anything like that. He's just a particularly large human enemy, of which we have, you know, a bunch. We absolutely do have what we class as mini bosses, you know, really large enemies that are going to give you even more of a challenge than this guy. And then we have proper boss fights as well, as you can imagine, against Isabel, who we met in June in our showcase trailer, and who knows, perhaps against someone else as well. But yeah, this dude is just a really, really large guy with an axe, and as you can see, takes a bit of wearing down, but is ultimately no match for our hero.
Obviously. Oh, absolutely sparked. Oh, shame about that beautiful mustache.
Indeed.
Oh well. Is that Big Bap? He should be called Big Bap.
I wonder if it was Big Bap, actually. We didn't see Sanj there. Hopefully he got away.
Maybe ran away from the criminal afterlife. Well, this looks absolutely stunning. I know I won't be alone in saying that, Ralph, so congrats to you, the team at Playground, everything for Fable. I can't wait to actually get my hands and play. But if there's anything you'd like to share with the folks at home, what are you hoping that they take away from this?
Well, look, I mean, people have been saying to us for ages when we put out a bunch of trailers for this game over the years. People have been saying to us, show us the gameplay, show us the gameplay. That's exactly what we've been doing this year. In June, we showed 30 minutes of our life simulations. Here, we're showing what it's really like to play a game and a quest in our game. This is a genuine quest from our game. And it combines all those things, right? There's conversations, there's choices, there's moral dilemmas, there's freedom,
Ok, bon, en fait, c'est l'intro, quoi.
there's humor, there's cinematics, there's people from Peep Show. You know, so it's kind of got everything. We're getting a really great reaction from folks in the theater at Gamescom this week. I hope many more will continue queuing for it tomorrow. And yeah, we're just hoping.
Making a splash here.
Moi, il n'y a plus rien. Ça, c'est la récap de ce qu'il y a eu. Et demain, ils vont présenter Flight Simulator 2024. Je crois qu'il y a un DLC gratuit donné. Ceux qui l'avaient, Dragon's Dogma 2, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4, Turok, Stranger Sun, je sais pas comment ce que c'est. Ça, c'est un truc de voiture, Hollywood machin. Zoo, Planet Zoo 2, Cassette Beast machin, Dune, Kingdom, Rising Wind, Armatus,